Welcome, guys. Welcome to another stream. Are you ready for the Ooze Crew? This is one of the worst titles I've ever done for a stream. Oh shit, I forgot to post the video and stuff. Hold on one second. I kind of rushed into launching here because Benji... Was it Benji? Hold on, let's see. Yeah, it was Benji. Benji says, WP, I bought an AeroPress. You should get a commission for mentioning it on a previous stream. You're damn right I should. Oh, are you happy with it? I literally just used it a second ago. It was the opening for me of the door into the wide world of posh people coffees, as my mother would call them. If it's more than instant, if it takes any more effort than being instant coffee, it's a posh person coffee. That's the kind of upbringing I had, just so that we're all clear. And AeroPress is what turned me into the posh bastard I now am, with my Ethiopian coffee and my Guatemalan coffee and my Cambodian Morrison's best of range coffee, which is oh, there's an echo. Sorry guys, is there an echo? Really? How bad is? Wait. What's this echo? What's this echo, Geejits? I don't actually know what you're talking about. Anyway, hello everybody. Today we're going to be doing the legendary collection for T3. First, let's change our cam. I think I just saw Xavier in chat. Did I literally just see that? We're working backwards through the cameras right now, dude. So first we saw 10C, now we're on 10B, and today's stream we're gonna be on 10A. So boom, that's 10A now. We're gonna keep hanging out at the beach for probably maybe this weekend streams, and then we'll see a different face cam, and then we'll go back to the beach again. Multifaceted posh bastard. No, but the AeroPress is this, it's essentially just a plastic thing that is a French press for your coffee that you sort of put on top of the mug. And the way it's designed is to be stupidly easy to clean and quick. And it's good. It really is good. I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, I've been using that basically. Because the other French press I had like a proper, glass one. Oh, nightmare to clean out and sort out. Nightmare. No, they didn't sponsor me, Smitsky. No, they didn't. He's making a joke. I don't even know whether you can technically say Senhai. I mean, I guess they sponsored me. They sent me a care package. Is that a sponsor? It's not really a sponsorship, is it? Sponsorship is where they pay me money and then send me tons of stuff as well. It wasn't quite like that. There's a funny sketch. I told you guys I was watching Michelin web sketches. They did a funny sketch where they were trying to do a serious play about, I don't know, depression or suicide or something. I can't remember, but a really serious play. But one of the guys gets approached by the Lion Bar company. Americans might not know what Lion Bar is, but they get approached by the guys who do Lion Bars. And he loves Lion Bars. So he's like, oh, I want to get sponsored by them. We'll just eat Lion Bars the whole way through the play. It's hilarious. They can sponsor you with products. Well, yeah. So anyway, what's today's stream? Today's stream, guys, we are back on the main account. We're not in the Legendary Hunt. Legendary Hunt, we're making a lot of progress. Very quickly, actually, as well. And I am excited to get back onto my alt account and to show you that stuff. I've got another stack of Obsi Shards, because I've been berry farming on it a reasonable amount. I've not just got a stack of Obsi Shards. I've got a stack of Obsi Shard plus about, like, 80 more. Or it might even be, like, 120 more after today. Got a lot of Obsi Shards. So we've got enough Obsi Shards for the next Gift of Mastery and for a huge amount of the next Clovers. I've also got over there right now about 160 Spirit Shards. I haven't done much COF farming because it is reliant on other people coming and no one's interested in just getting experience. So it's been a lot shitter than I thought. But we got a lot of Spirit Shards as well. We're still quite a ways off on those. But once we've got those, that's it really. And we're ready for the next Legendary. I have identified that if we go for Rodgort, we're pretty sweet with the crafting as well. Rodgort wants Huntsman, which we've already got, and it wants Cooking, which we're already at 397 out of 400. So Rodgort will be the next one we craft, and then you guys get to pick one for us to buy, a cheapy one to buy, and then we go over to my main account. So let's have a look at this. Bing. Let's make it so you guys can actually hear the game as well. Let's turn that up. Do we dare see if there's Lion's Arch music right now? I'm not sure if there is. I'm not sure. Hopefully not, because in all sincerity, I'm not up for the Lion's Arch music right now. Let me see how the ducking is going as well. Seems pretty good to me. Seems pretty good. All right. Maybe we can turn that up ever so slightly, so that it's not too quiet when I'm not talking. All right. Happy Canada Day. Is it really Canada Day? Product placement. Yeah, I guess it counts as product placement, right? Sort of. I mean, if I mention it, it's actually a lot more overt than product placement you find in a movie or something. An AeroPress already makes press-style coffee without it being muddy, which is very important. Oh, what do you mean it being muddy? How do you do stuff muddy? Lion bar, yeah, lion bars are like they always feel a little bit old as well by today's standards. Lion bars, like I used to eat a lot of well, not a lot, but you know, lion bars used to be a notable chocolate at the shop when I was, you know, maybe 15 years ago when I was in my adolescence, and particularly when I was a kid. But I never really think about lion bars anymore. Are lion bars fallen out for some reason? Lion bars were tasty as well. I wonder what they'd be like. I haven't had one as an adult. I wonder whether they taste like awful. But lion bars, I remember being really good. Can we join you on the beach? You can't join me on the beach, but you can join me in game. Oh, that's segue, right? So I've just opened a squad. We are on the luxury of my main account now, so I don't have to rely on other people to squad for me. What we're going to be doing, guys, is traveling territory. Now, the odds that some of you have this is very, very low. On the last time we were on my main account for a bit of a break stream, we did do one of the legendary collections. We did the one where you travel around the world bowing and saluting and kneeling at various places of interest to do with the Jotun and I don't know, some other thing. There was lots of stuff we were doing. But once we and lots of you guys played with that because that's basically free to do. It just costs some karma to unlock, and then that's basically free. Then I left you with Juggernaut 2 to do, which I did go off then and spend a bunch of money on. So that was the this was ages ago I did this. This was the perfected hammer. So this is where you just need geodes and you need Karka shells, and you need to make like loads of like little mithril hammers, basic hammers or whatever, and you need, you know, just a ton of that stuff basically. I always find it curious that they did special icons for all these stages when this is basically copy paste for all of the legendary weapons. So if you guys don't know how this works, because you haven't seen since Heart of Thorns came out, you get tier 1, which is interesting stuff, and then at the end you get a box and you get to craft the very first weapon, right, the experimental weapon. Then you always get tier 2, which is basically copy and paste across all of them, which is boring stuff, which is, hey, please go play Silver Waste, please go play... And I agree with the syncs that they put in there, and I agree with the incentive to do the content and stuff, but it's just boring, and it's copy-paste, and it's flavorless. But yeah, as flavorless as it is, no one ever is going to look at these icons. They still did weird stuff here. But nonetheless, I did that. So our first attempt at crafting the legendary precursor, the Colossus, has been mostly successful, but it's not yielded the weapon we ultimately desire. This journey has only just begun. Find a teacher, research our procedures, and hone our skills before we try a second time, which I did. So I honed my procedures here, got this box, and then I made a new hammer. On this character over here, on my engineer, who's my main crafter. And, they got bored doing it. I wouldn't be surprised if they got bored doing it. To me, those tier 2s are a lot like hearts dialogue. You know, like when you complete a renown heart in Corteria? It's just copy-paste bullshit every time. Thank you for saving me. I was in such peril, and now since you've left, it's excellent here. Bye. That, what I just reduced to 2 sentences, that is given to you 303 times in Corteria. Because it's basically every single heart acceptance is a variation on that. And maybe I'm nitpicking a bit there, but you can tell they're all boring. Nobody reads them, and you can tell that because they're boring to read. And I've always thought if something's boring to read, it was boring to write. So anyway, the precursor thing, the T2s, I feel like is sort of the Heart of Thorns equivalent of just copy-paste, copy-paste, copy-paste furiously. So anyway, the T2 costs money and stuff. So while on the last stream, where a bunch of you could have ran around with me and saluted at a bunch of stuff because it was easy to do, the odds that some of you are ready for T3 is very low, because not many of you will have done the T2. But anyway, once we did T2, if you can see down here, I did make what is known as the perfected hammer. I don't really care about the precursor for what it's worth. And we don't even need... this isn't a Legendary Hunt stream, but I couldn't even donate this to the Legendary Hunt because we've already got this Legendary on the Legendary Hunt. So, unless maybe we sold it or something, I don't know. I'd rather keep it, probably. Probably rather keep it. Anyway, we've got this. So now we're on T3. And T3 is where it gets interesting and flavorful again. And I'm really excited to do this with you guys because, in all sincerity, this was one of the most marketed, interesting sounding precursor collections of them all. Before this came out with Heart of Thorns, the developers talked about what we're about to play a lot. It was content that really did advertise, Heart of Thorns with. And it's probably one of the more interesting collections of the ones out there. And I always wanted to do it, and I've never done it before. This is blind content for me, because you can only do this stuff once per account, and it's behind a big-ass paywall. So I think this should be really, really interesting. I'm excited to show this to you guys. So, we are going to do today the Juggernaut 3 to craft the Colossus, the precursor itself. Juggernaut 3. This gives us a little bit of lore at the start. The power of the earth is not only in its strength, but in its fluid nature. That sounds like BS, I don't know what it means there. Moving slowly as stone should not move. Collect and bond with the oozes that live in the heart of the world to solve their mysteries and create the legendary precursor, the Colossus. So this should be really fun, and this will give us the item that I'm looking for. And you notice the very start here, it's very similar to what they did with Nevermore, right? Ooze Terrarium. So, hint, a container used to store and combine ooze essences to create a pet ooze. We're going to create a pet ooze, guys. And then we're going to feed it loads of different stuff, and we're going to take it on adventures, which is cool. So anyway, we need to make its terrarium. That's where it all begins, and that recipe is sold by Grandmaster Craftsman's Hobbs. I have no idea what discipline it is. I'm guessing weaponsmith, because the rest is weaponsmith, but I've got no idea, really. So let's go. So we're going to go third collection books. Juggernaut Volume 3, I guess, maybe? Yeah, it must be. So Juggernaut Volume 3. And I really want you guys to be able to see the dinging and stuff, but unfortunately the overlay hides it all, so you're on your own. Anyway, so let's double click, or is that just collection? No, okay, so I guess we got it now? Do we have it? Hold on, maybe it's a special recipes. Hypothesis, Trust, Schooner, Forgotten Brilliance, Crystal Jar, Destroyer Jar, Vial Jar, Ooze Terrarium, here we go, Mizen, there was lots of this for the incinerator. So, Ooze Terrarium, yeah, it's weaponsmith. It's only 300 as well. Okay, good. So, let's unlock this. I just had an overlay. What was that? Let's have a look. I'm being really bad at chat today. Sorry, guys. I hope you don't feel too neglected. It's new content for me. I'm ravenous. I'm ignoring you because I'm enjoying this new stuff. Keep up the great work, says Steph Keen. Thank you very much, Steph. That's so awesome of you. Welcome to Spud Club. 4 months in a row. That's brilliant. Thank you very, very much for spending your prime on this humble little stream here. That's really awesome. It may interest you that Josh Foreman was on extra credits recently. Yeah, I did see that. I wasn't interested enough to actually watch what they talked about. I've got to be honest. But I did see he was on there. Were the potatoes through Revlo? If so, they're gone. Through Revlo? Sorry, I don't understand. Are you talking to me or someone else? You'd like to hear some more of that falsetto. I didn't go into a falsetto a second ago, did I? Oh, maybe when I was reading the heart thing. Maybe when I was reading the heart, Zeph says we're used to it. Look, I try, man. I don't know what you're looking for, alright? I don't know what you're looking for. User interaction on Twitch. Zeth1. You can go screw yourself. Alright, here we go. So, we're going to go check out the weaponsmithing over here. And we'll see what we're doing. It's been a pretty cool week as well, by the way, guys. I'm finally getting to grips with how I want to make videos. In terms of, like, how long I want to spend and manage to get a video out of it. I've done 4 back-to-back this week, which is really good. And as long as inspiration doesn't run out, I think I'm okay. So I'm really happy with that. We did a cool lore video. Today, you've got a video on Taco as well coming out. It's actually ready. It's already online. I just need to publish it, which will be happening after this stream. So, yeah, we've got lots of cool stuff. And my sleeps are still a bit messed up, to be honest. But overall, things are looking pretty good. What happened to exclamation mark my potatoes? Are they gone forever or will they come back? Well, so that was all championed, I think, by Flag and B-Boy a little bit as well. They made that bot. They sorted all that out. I don't think it's dead and gone. It's just they haven't been around as mods very much at the moment. I'm not going to force them to be, and it's their jurisdiction, and it's totally okay. I don't think it's gone forever, and we will hopefully see that comes back. So, yeah. I don't think that they're gone forever. I've watched lots of your YouTube stuff. It's nice to catch you live for a change. Well, welcome, Ruben Stiffenzand. And Alien EXE. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, here we go. So, Terrarium. I don't know why, but I'm really excited about the idea of making this thing. So what do we have? 10 mithril, 10 planks, a bit of sand, and some thermocatalytic reagent. Not a problem at all. None of that stuff's an issue. Because, again, right now we're on T3, not T2. So they make no bones about... Like, this isn't supposed to be the money sink or whatever. Anytime you're spending money in this phase is for flavor. Because they kind of did that copy-paste job style thing. Have you seen the small bit of how to make sounds? No, what do you mean, how to make sounds? Also, the man 3000, Twitch Prime, dude, awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks very much. Welcome to the Spud Club. Someone's gone out for fine potatoes. You think you'll pass on the stream today? You'll join for COF afterwards, so good luck on the crafting. You're going to go help a friend. Well, it was... hopefully we do get into COF, yeah. But yeah, it depends how many people want to come. All right, here we go. So, Ooze Terrarium. So, cool. So, once we've got that, it's unlocked more of the collection for us. It's kind of a cool icon, I guess. So, double-click to house globs of ooze. You know, I really want this to open a little panel like the old mini Raven that we had in GW1, where you had like a... What was it? What was it called? It was like a nesting chamber or something. Anyway, so, now we just move on. So, now we need to get a tiny blood ooze and put it in there. So, this is quite interesting because the game won't actually show us where these are. So, earlier on the last stream we did with this, I just knew off by hand, randomly, where most of the various lore places were. What is my Guild Wars 2 knowledge when it comes to where ooze are? Blood ooze. Now, I know where lots of different types of ooze are. I just don't know all the time necessarily where, you know, what specific variety it is. But I'm pretty sure it's blood oozes that are near Triple Trouble. So I'm going to come over here and see this. Yeah, the mower chick, that's it. Oh, it was an incubator, was it? Yeah, when you double-clicked that, a lot of people were like, wow, Guild Wars 1 had lore books, blah, blah, blah. What was kind of cooler was probably that mower chick thing, which had an actual, you know, you double-click it and it would look like you're looking inside a chest. You know, oh, let's go this way. I think this way is probably quicker if we're going through this entrance here. Let me put the mini-map on for you guys as well. So we're going to go up in there, I think, and we'll see. Blood Ooze and Blood Tide Coast. Do you think that's what they were doing? I don't know about that. I just think that the champion... I think it is still a champion. It's probably not a veteran. I think the champion that spawns up here is a Blood Ooze. So I'm guessing that there's some Blood Ooze that hang around with him. I can't honestly... I mean, I'm guessing we're going to have to get a Gold Ooze. Isn't there a Gold Ooze in Auric Basin? Is that a Gold Ooze that's in Curse Shore? Or is that just... I mean, that's a King Ooze, right? I don't know. Do we have to get the King and Queen Ooze from COF? That would be crazy, wouldn't it? Those hidden bosses. Oh, the devs totally should have done that. That would be an actual reason to play that. That would be so cool. Right, anyway. I think I've already messed up here. Can't quite remember the route. Is it this way? I thought it was around. Hold on. I think we have to go... this. You see this girder here? I think we go on the left of this and then all the way up. ArenaNet have done lots of YouTube videos recently of how they create in-game sounds. Oh, like, because they're in-house Foley stuff. Oh, no, that is not the way. We'll just wander around in this cave for a bit, guys, until we figure out. No, I didn't know that. I hadn't seen that. I think that stuff's interesting, and I think that the sound guys have got great personalities, and it's decent filler content, but I wouldn't say I'm overly enthusiastic about that information. I mean, it would be cool to have a look at. I should look at it to keep myself clued in. We need to turn on speedy kits here as well. This is a nightmare. So on berry farming on McPoopbutt, which is the engineer on my other account, I've taken to running a flamethrower build. Stupid friggin' grub hit me right as I was about to retrate there. Put us back in combat. I've taken to... maybe it was up there. Maybe that's how we get to the Blood Ooze. Because this is just a sort of separate sealed off section, isn't it? Maybe it's this way actually. And now we took full damage. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I've been using flamethrower, just holding it to cleave down the griffins and stuff. It's much easier to run that. Why do I only have around 7,000 HP? It's because in Guild Wars 2, they dynamically scale your level back down based on the area of the world that you're in. So this is technically only a level 52 area, which is why this NPC is only level 52. So that's why my health is all the way down at 7,300. It's a real shame that basically this game doesn't have leveling as a component of it. But this is the one artifice of it that's still there, really. I mean, it does have leveling, but it's very, very minor, and you forget these things, that downscaling is a thing. In fact, with the new Masteries UI, you can't even see anymore at a glance what level you're downscaled to. You have to find an NPC or an enemy to identify what that level is. They obscure the information from you now. So I think it's up here now. I think this is the ramp we want to go along. And we're looking out for some... We're going to walk across a pipe, and we're looking out for some oozes. Let's see if I'm right on this. It might be smarter to wiki. I don't know. Is this a funner way of doing the stream? Pancakes Thief, 2 months in a row. Happy Saturday stream. Thanks, dude. Yeah, sweet. Look. Oh, my God. Wow. I actually wasn't expecting these guys. I thought these would probably be, like, toxic or something. Boom. Oh, look. We got tiny blood ooze. Oh, tiny blood ooze. Let's make the UI big today. Let's make the UI big, because a lot of this is going to be UI heavy. Look at this icon. A tiny friendly ooze just looking for a home. Oh, and we can double click it and it goes inside. This is cool. I like this. Oh, I don't want to put them in now, because these are like such special items that you'll never get otherwise. Oh my gosh. All right, next. A tiny blue ooze. Okay, blue, I'm thinking frosty and icy. And so I'm thinking one of the icy areas with ooze, which the first one that comes to my head is Arundel Vale, this little JP here, which has got a ton of ooze at the end. Again, the site of a boss ooze. So I'm going to go there. The tiny blue blood ooze is not a cute mini pet. Ruined. Oh, that's true. Oh, you should be able to summon little ooze to follow you around. You should get a little entourage. I don't know. They've already got a very special item associated with this, so maybe that's enough. So let's go this way. Someone's ruining it in chat for me and suggesting perhaps that it could be an underwater Wayfarer cave. So yeah, you guys can play with me in this squad if you want. Yeah, look, I'm so good. Look, that's an ooze up there. I can see already. He's a giant blood ooze. Oh, would we get a tiny blood ooze out of killing a giant one? Because the giant one splits up, and that's like the immersion idea. You guys probably can't get progress on this. I understand if you don't want to play with me. But, come on, the adventure, the funsies. You can have bragging rights of having done T3 Juggernaut without being paid for it. Colossus, sorry. Give me link rights and I will post the latest one. It's weird. Oh, what, the sound effect ones? I don't worry about that too much, Smitsky. Maybe I'll do a cheeky little news video on that tomorrow. That might be cool. There's other little interesting things as well. That was such a good dodge, by the way. There's other interesting little things news-wise that I wanted to talk about recently too. I can't quite remember what that was at the moment, but there have been some little comments and things. Yeah, I wanted to talk about like that mini game Shaman found in the PvP lobby area and stuff like that. Thanks for the large UI, old eyes these days. Well, no worries. Yeah, I kind of want to, speaking of old eyes and stuff, I want to get, book an appointment at the opticians and get my eyes checked. To see if they're like stable and see whether like how cheap LASIK is these days and stuff. That could be really cool. Since I'm out and about so much at the moment, it would be nice to not have to wear glasses, you know, to be able to take in the natural beauty of the world undiminished without having to rely on some stupid oh no, there's loads of types of ooze here. This is good. This is very good. So there's translucent, and I saw a yellow one up there and a chromatic one. Oh, we hit the jackpot. We've hit the jackpot. There's even a red one here. I would have thought these would all be blue. There you go. So tiny blue ooze. A tiny friendly ooze just looking for a home. There you go. Boom. So we got him. Next. A tiny red ooze. I thought we already did it. Oh no, red is different to blood. It's interesting. So, yeah, look, there's a red ooze. Oh, we've hit the jackpot. Fully hit the jackpot. Oh, this kind of ruins it a little bit. Our entire game is now gone, but that's fine. That's fine. All right, here we go. Is this what the guides recommend you do to come here? Are there any other places like this? Oh, so that time we killed the red ooze, but we didn't get the drop. So I'm guessing... You'll notice, by the way, that I rebound my auto attack to X now. So hopefully I don't struggle. So I'm guessing... Oh my god, I'm going to die. Ugh. That double interrupt on the hill. That was pretty brutal. So I'm guessing that it's not guaranteed. Well, not guessing. I know for 100% fact. Unless there's like some kind of low cooldown on it or something. No, still no drop. It's still not in here. Oh, I looked for a red ooze and there was one right part next to me, was there? It looks like whoever was with me came along and just killed all the stuff anyway. I'm scared to kill the big ooze because I feel like that's going to despawn the whole chamber. Should we just kill, like, lots of varieties then? Should we kill the chromatic one here and the translucent ones? If they've all got a low chance, I don't see why we would force ourselves into the correct order. Chromatic, translucent, translucent. Do they have to be tiny? Is that the point? Was the one we did a second ago tiny? Oh, that big old bomb was really nice. I'm really happy to have interrupted that. At the collapsed observatory, there's a lot of oozes. Yeah, but are they different varieties? Oh, we got a bloodstone crazy. Look how huge that message is on large UI. Jesus Christ. And that's on a fairly high resolution. My goodness. That's actually like 4K appropriate. That's a huge icon. Oh, there are lots of varieties. Oh, you're right, aren't there? Because they appear all up that river and stuff, don't they? Good thing you have good eyesight for now. Yeah, my eyes have always been a bit on and off. Like, I was very young when they first realized that I might not have perfect eyes. And then I went a long period of time being told I didn't need glasses anymore. And then when I started learning to drive, I realized I did again. I think there's oozes in the cave northwest of Gendaram Fields. Yeah, that's all fair. I mean, this cave seems pretty good. I don't know. Do you guys keep telling me where other oozes are? Does that mean we should leave, or is it just because you want to show your trivia bombs? Yeah, look, we got. Oh no, there's Dragon Tribe again. It's curious to me that the Dragon Tribe have a room at the back here with a bunch of empty ooze. I think we might be getting ooze a lot slower as well. If this guy's running along over here and clearing this area out each time, they're not respawning particularly fast. Should we kill this giant? No, I mean, he's giant and blue. Like, there's absolutely nothing about him that's interesting. Here we got a yellow ooze. Nope, no drop. Why aren't I on my thief speed? Well, because the first thing that this asked me to do was craft the terrarium, and this is my weaponsmith, so I just sort of stuck about on him. I don't know whether there's going to be more crafting involved. Probably not. These sections don't require too much. How's a tiny toxic ooze, blues, translucent, yellow, chromatic. Oh, here you go. Look, a glob of ooze and then a tiny glob of chromatic ooze. Oh, no. That other chromatic one is just from combining all of them together. I don't think red is particularly more important than all the other colors we need right now. Are we guaranteed it if we kill a vet? Is that what this is? Nope. So can we only get one per map? Is that what it is? Do we have to map swap? It is curious to me that we got it first kill on the other ones. Do none of these ooze count? You feel sorry for the oozes being combined now. Yeah, it is a bit weird of a thought, isn't it? When did I start going for every legendary? I'm not going for every legendary. This is just a little thing on my own account at the moment. Where I'm trying to complete this collection so that I can be extra shiny on non-hammer wielding professions. Should be really fun. But as for the legendary hunt, that all started a while ago now, I think. Should we try? I'm not actually going the whole way up to the precursor. Right? I'm only doing this for the item to make me look shiny. I'm only doing that to put into an account slot. This account slot here. That's the only reason I'm doing this. I want that consumable. Hello to the waiver. Well, this is boring. This is like super generic MMO traditional nonsense we're doing right now. Shall we go to maybe a more ooze-dense location? Do you think there are a variety at Cerebrov Canyon? Look, we'll wait for a couple more to spawn here. No, it's not even AP hoarding, whoring. It's really not. I don't care too much about AP. Since I passed the 30k threshold, I've been going really slowly with it. Like, really slowly. I still have a lot of dailies I can get. Probably about half a grand, maybe, still. Do I want to cosplay as Razman? What is Razman? I mean, just the respawn time is very, very slow. Oh, here we go. Here's a chromatic one. If I get the drop here, it's going to suck because I'm going to want to stay. Nope. All right, we haven't got a single drop from a single one of these ooze. Let's kill the blue one here and then leave. I think when he dies, it spawns lots of others. So let's break his break bar and... Oh, did my... No, it did work. It did work. I thought my personal battering ram didn't land there for a second. Ow, bastard. drop a med pack. Ow, he really hurts. Jesus. He's not scaled either. That's curious. Probably would have been better not to run bomb kit here, but just to run mortar and stay back nice and safe. That's another break bar down. I'm going to hold my... Oh, shit. Wow. Oh, it's okay, because we're in open world. Oh, no, no, no. Here we go. He's spawning little ooze with him. Tag the smaller ooze. Must tag smaller ooze. I mean, we already got the blues, so... Slime covered strong box. Here you go. And now these guys have respawned, so let's have a look. They might spawn faster now that the event's over. Nope, no drop there. No drop there. Here we go. Let's round them all up. It's Woody's Roundhouse. Is that what that song is? Woody's Roundup? Oh my god, the pools. These guys actually have interesting abilities. One of the few core tier enemies that do so. And for that reason alone, some of the most hated. Oh no, don't knock him with his AoE into me. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and suggest here that this is not working, because none of these mobs are giving us anything. None of them. Not a damn smidgen. By the way, the music was a bit weird there, so I've just affected the values a little bit. Like nothing. We got absolutely nothing. They must have disabled this area. I mean, that makes sense, because I mean, if they actually disabled this area because they didn't want people clearing the whole terrarium that fast, good on them, to be honest. Good on them. So let's just go to some other ooze locations, I guess. Ooze locations. This is very weird. So yeah, Kessex would be one. In fact, when I think about it, the one in Queensdale as well, the bottom right in Queensdale has a ton of ooze in it as well. So you got some ooze in the cave down here, I think. Maybe along with the trolls. If not, it's fine. We shouldn't even get a loading screen when we waypoint out this cave, because they're basically right on top of one another. This is some tangled depths. Yeah, here you go. So here's an ooze. A chromatic ooze there. No drop. Did they really put like super low drop rates on this stuff? Do you guys think that they did that? That would be quite nutty, wouldn't it? Do I have to do it in order, maybe? Yggdrasil says, I farmed about half an hour in that cave for that collection. Oh, so it does work. So they just put super low drop rates. Oh, ArenaNet. Oh, why? Why would they do that? Is that for real? Really? I mean, we'll have to see it for ourselves. Drops are random, but should be common. It shouldn't take more than 15 to 20 kills per color. Oh, what an opportunity to spit in the face of the rest of your game, eh? That's ridiculous. So they're just trolls. Drakes. All right, so let's go back upstairs. Bloop. We just went vertically up. And now we're going to go into the JP over here and check what these ooze look like in here. So shall we just find that? So there must be one perfect farm spot then with a ton of ooze. I can think of an area in Sparkfly with a ton of ooze. I can think of, again, the Orion area, but it seems we don't need to go there. Is everywhere in the game where ooze spawn also a place where there's multiple varieties? So if I went back to that place in Bloodtide, would I see multiple varieties, or would it just be blood? Because that place has a lot of ooze. Look, that guy, I think, just used his wyvern to kill an ooze there. Wow, somebody's 10 months. Flying Chicken BLC, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome back to the Spud Club, dude. What an eye for fine potatoes. Thank you very much. All right, so we got red ooze down there. I can't remember where the highest concentration of ooze are, whether we just drop down. Yeah, look. This is a chromatic one here. Doesn't drop anything for us. Or whether they're all at the end near our troll buddy. Oh, I'm already too low, I think. So I'm going to drop all the way down now. This is always a really weird JP. Always a weird JP. Basilisk. Oh, this place was shite for ooze. Man, I thought they were all around in those waters, in those sewagey areas. I thought they were all along there. Jeez, it turns out to just be the random jungle troll. I mean jungle trolls as well. That's a weird thing. All right, let's try the Queensdale one, because that has a lot of ooze in it. Doesn't Northwest Gendaran. Northwest Gendaran. Well, that's the Centaur area, isn't it? There's the Gendaran cave place, tomb, which had ooze in it. I'm not sure how many, because it's not a very big area, is it really? I mean, it might feel like there's a lot, but really there's just a lot of traps and stuff. And then it turns into spiders and things as a part of the adventure, doesn't it? So I don't know about that room too much. The wiki page for Ooze Hunter. Have I played the PoE 3.0 beta? No, as I mentioned before, for both Divinity Original Sin 2 and the PoE 3.0 beta, I'm not actually doing either betas. I want to play the actual games, the actual experiences. I've actually this week been burned a little bit by the beta thing, because I played a lot of MXM. I played a lot of Master during its beta. And I don't know, probably foolish of me, but I assumed I was going to keep a lot of my stuff as it went through. Like, I farmed loads to max Ritlock out, right? To get all of his skins, to max out his weapons, to really get everything done on him. And it's all gone now. It's all gone. So I've been playing it a bit more recently. I actually contacted NCSoft, and they pulled through for me. They gave me a code to auto unlock Ritlock and show off in a stream, which I will do at some point. So Ritlock's got a new skin. He's got a Revenant skin on there, so I kind of want to show that off because they gave that code. And also for members of the Spud Club, that again is anyone in Discord. It doesn't mean any in-game guilds, but if you join Discord, I am periodically giving out codes for another one of their heroes, champions, masters, sorry. A guy called Coom, so you can quickly and free unlock Coom whenever you like if you're a member of the Spud Club. So really, really cool stuff. And I'll do a bonus stream at some point on that, I think. But yeah, so I feel a bit burned by that beta. And yeah, I don't want to do that for two games that I know I really, really, really enjoy. I'll wait for them to be, you know, ironed out and hammered out and the full products. I can wait. I mean, Christ, I still got Prey to finish, and then after that, I've got to play Nier Automata, and then the Crash Insane Trilogy just came out, which I also really want to play. There's a huge amount going on, really, if I wanted to, if I was actually going to spend any time in the world playing other games already, much higher on the list than playing a beta like that. Northwest Gendaran has 12 ooze, apparently. 12, that's pretty good. Alright, let's just check the end of this cave then. I guess this is the worst thing in the world because this is disincentivizing me from doing a range of content. This is just making me pick a location and sit about in it and jerk off. That's what it's asking me to do. So the best place... Right now I hit 12. Let's do it auction style. Anyone got more than 12? I mean, if these grubs were ooze, that would be quite cool. So these are just tiny ooze. They're not necessarily... specific varieties. So I don't think a lot of these ones actually drop anything. It's weird as well, because I never would have noticed that this JP has an almost unique style of ooze at the end. The tiny ooze. Never would have realised that. Let's kill these. Oh my god, so much emote. So much emote. I mean, this has got the advantage of scaling to a fairly low level, so we can blow stuff up. But yeah, that wasn't too good, was it, really? And there's nothing else in this chamber. They're all dead. Alright, so let's try Northwest Gendaran. Let's see how we look here. By that time, Cow's released. DOS. And Woodhouse and South Park Fractured Butthole. Finally, you would good game /P. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Fractured Butthole as well. I absolutely adored the Stick of Truth. It was brilliant. Or Stick of Time. What was it called? The Stick of Truth? Stick of Time? Christ, that's weird. That's just fallen out of my head. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. You're talking about the cave, aren't you? Yeah, where there's the thing. The sewage pipe in Queensdale? Oh, that's also a great location. Yeah, that's got a lot of ooze, and they're very low scale, so very easily killed. I wonder if them being a low level means that they are Oh, we got the precious music on right now, guys. Oh my gosh. God, I love this music. This music is the best, right? Oh, so good. So beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, that pipe as well. They're all really low levels, so you can probably blow them up quickly. Of course, blowing them up quickly isn't good with these other players running around with us. That's not great, because you essentially put yourself into super classic MMO-y kill stealing. I've walked past it, haven't I? I have walked past it. I'm a fool. It's up there. It's beyond that cave trail there. From the wiki, the hard quest at Dr. Bleant's encampment ensures that level 8 oozes are always available. The Demon Grub Pits jumping puzzle in the southeast of Queensdale is crawling with level 16 oozes. We were just there. It wasn't crawling. The chest room's respawning rate for oozes is quick fast. There are also many fast respawning blood oozes in the southwestern area of Mole's Head, west of Chalder. The pipe near Beetletown Waterworks is infested with oozes that respawn quickly. Enter through the end of the pipe. Alright, so that's a lot of suggestions. A couple of them we've actually already been to or talked about. None of them are this cave. So I'll clear this cave out and then we'll go check out that sewer pipe. I love that sewer pipe as well. It's one of the more interesting areas you could explore in all of Core Guild Wars 2 in terms of environment. Cool little area there. Oh, sweet. We just got a translucent ooze. A tiny friendly ooze just looking for a home. Boom, get in there, translucent ooze. Oh, sorry, what? Who do I double click? It or the terrarium? Oh, Boom, there we go. Get in there. So these are all just translucent oozes. So there isn't a variety of ooze in this location. It's just translucent oozes, and I got it first time. So I wonder if that is what they're doing. I wonder if in the areas where there's a variety of ooze, it's on a low... I mean, would they have done that? It's... You get what I'm saying? It's on a low chance. But if you go to a place dedicated to one variety of ooze, you'll get it first time. Do you think they might have done that? I mean, that would seem fairly smart. It would encourage people to do the whole exploration, or if they want, they can go to a variety pack location. That would be kind of cool. WP blowing his load quickly. Lovely. Lovely. All right, so yeah, this is the sewer pipe. If you guys have never done this... Once upon a time, we all used to move really slowly and we used to take in the environment. And those who once upon a time did such a thing might have noticed that this sewer pipe hosting these toxic ooze is traversable. Oh, we should do that thing where how do you get your weapons out, guys? How is it? You do like preview or something? It was on Reddit just very recently. You can simulate first person. How was it that works? We've already got a translucent ooze, I think. Is it just toxic and translucence in here? That wouldn't be too good. I think we still need a toxic one, so that's okay. But we can do a thing to get our rifle out in front of us. And it's some weird preview thing involving like logging out and back in or character select or something. Wow, or WP stream, you're watching live from HK. Hong Kong? Really? Dude, that's awesome. I'm a returning player. I haven't played Guild Wars 2 in a long time, since before Heart of Thorns. How do you feel Guild Wars 2 is nowadays for returning people? I think that for active people, it's the best the game's ever been. So if you're coming back to Guild Wars 2 and you become an active player and you learn about the game and you watch the Living World releases and all that stuff, and you see the World vs. World updates they've done and the PvP updates they've done and all the legendaries that are there and stuff now. I think for active players, the game is the best it's ever been. It has well-defined end game now. It's got entertaining content. They've refined a lot of stuff. It's the best it's ever been. So from that perspective, it's great for returning players. However, specific stuff like, oh, I'm not going to know where I am or what to do and stuff, I don't really have any off-the-cuff advice for you. I would suspect that a lot of the stuff is really bloated and difficult and annoying to get to grips with, but it's probably worth the learning curve. It's more worth the learning curve than back at release. It's not to say everything is perfect about Guild Wars 2, and there's a lot of things that, like, anyone who's been watching my channel this week knows oh, there you go, Tiny Toxic Ooze, we got one. Anyone who's been knows I've been looking at old alpha stuff again. What is wrong with me, honestly? I just get so excited looking at that stuff. I can't tell you guys how desperately and how deeply I want to play the Guild Wars 2, the Guild Wars 2 2010 clients and stuff. Ah. Oh. I want it so bad. I want to play a Necromancer that goes into Death Shroud and has a minion in there, the Shade. I want to play a Necromancer that when they leave Death Shroud, they warp back to the original location like they were, like they're a thief that casts Shadow Step. This is before Thief was even in the game, right? I want to see what Grumble Cake was originally like to get. I want to see what the old Warrior Longbow F1 was like, where it was this completely crazy projectile mess. I want to do these things. It's just and I've been looking at a bunch of old stuff. I basically went to Google and was using the Google Videos search function, which allows you to, like, I don't know, you can define the parameters a lot more carefully. And I just wanted to see whether I could dig up any old videos that I hadn't seen before. So there's some websites, there's some formats where they were hosting videos of the 2010 conventions, but not on YouTube. And this already makes them a lot rarer. And so I found a couple of those, but they weren't very good, unfortunately, the information that was actually held within them. But yeah, I was looking at a lot of that stuff today, and it just got me thinking about, like, that whole side of the game, that whole adventure side of the game that, again, is I lament the loss of. You know, so not everything is perfect with Guild Wars 2 these days, but generally speaking, it's the best it's ever been. I would say that. So this is okay. We just got a rare drop, but not an ooze-related drop. The thing is, these are only toxic and translucent ooze, right? There are no blood ooze have spawned here. No... I mean, it's only toxic and translucent. So I think we may have to leave this pipe because, as much as I want to do the first-person thing, because we already have those two varieties. Let's have a quick look here. So we've already got toxic and we've already got translucent, you see? So we need to get yellow, red, and chromatic. When old Silvari basically like elves. Well, yeah, that was another weird thing about the old clients. Not one of the weird things I'm particularly excited about, but that was one, yeah. What did old Longbow F1 look like? I can show you. I can show you. Yes, Hong Kong, your stream is usually my Monday. Tuesday work podcast. Great to hear it live for once. Dude, that's crazy. That's so awesome. Hello, Hong Kong. That's so cool. All right, so this is what it looked like. Okay. You know the Bow of Truth? Hold on. And we're planning on running through all the legendary achievement paths. The Flame Seeker Prophecies is the one I'm working on, and it's really nice lore-wise. Maybe eventually. I'm in no major rush to do any of it. Alright, so the Bow of Truth has this animation on the flip over skill. Watch what happens. This. Imagine that, but instead of at this very small radius of 240... imagine that at a radius of 900. And instead of blue, it's all red and fiery. And on top of that crazy effect already, I think it had like a smoky trail behind each projectile as it landed too. So just a huge area of the floor, and it would paint the ground with arrows that persisted as it went down. So it was insane. It was insane, the visual effect on it. Absolutely mental. And that was the original burst skill on the longbow. And I think it effectively worked like the Ranger's Barrage did in the end. I don't know. Anyway, let's play a different character, shall we? Let's play Thief. Let's get our Chukun Chumpwa out. Oh no, but the terrarium's on the... No, I'll stay on the guy with the terrarium. Otherwise, we're gonna have to swap stuff around. It's gonna be annoying. The only problem with the new Heart of the Mist is this double loading screen crap. What is this? Why is it double loading screening? So annoying. Not even an SSD will save you from the double load screen. You'd say it was more like Barrage. No, Reg, it was absolutely the Bow of Truth. Barrage is quite different animation-wise. I mean, mechanically, if that's what you're talking about, then fine, that's fair. But it was the Bow of Truth, really. That's what it was. It wasn't more like Barrage. Barrage is a different animation. The Bow of Truth is a repurposed old Longbow F1. It's just smaller. And I guess they were happier to put such a rich animation on the flip over for the longbow because players had less control over when they'd use it, and it was more of a tech choice than, you know, just running a fundamental weapon, I guess, or something. I don't know. Do you remember how when Eye of the North came out, ArenaNet was advertising Guild Wars 2 to come out in 2008? I'd love to know why they thought they could make Guild Wars 2 in 2 years. Because MMO development's tricky, man. And they'd gone through a patch of really churning out some very quick Guild Wars 1 campaigns. I don't think that that's a fair thing to criticize or be funny about. I think that it's so easy for all kinds of projects in this world to rush away from you. And if anything in the world of video game development is going to do it, it's an MMO, isn't it? So I think, I applaud them for taking the time that they did. Realistically, I think that they still made a lot of mistakes, but, they took the time that they needed. And that's worth something. All right, yellow ooze, yellow. Where might we get yellow? Now, I seem to remember there being... Isn't this King Yellow Ooze? Is that what this guy is? Have I ever used Action Cam? Yeah, if you'd watched me when Heart of Thorns came out, for a period of maybe 18 months, a year and a half, I was using Action Cam. All my videos featured Action Cam. One of my most frequently... queried things was, why do you have a crosshair? Why do you have a crosshair? Oh, they're translucent. Here's a red one, though. We do need a tiny red ooze, so let's try and get this guy. You're gonna have to find a yellow somehow, somewhere. That guy's red. This guy's red as well. But yeah, people used to always... In fact, it used to happen on streams as well. You might even be able to type !ACM in chat, and the bot would print to you... Action Cam is a blah, 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 blah. I think people are overreacting when they say that it's like some devastating loss to your ability to play the game. What you find a lot of morons just parrot what like very high-end PvP streamers will say. And it can be true. And I used to get frustrated with Action Cam because maybe like 2 in every 10 to 15 games, you'd have one specific play would fuck up because of ACM. But, I mean, they've got enough robust other toggles and things to even eliminate those fringe case scenarios. But, it's rare. It was rare that it would fuck you up. And so I don't think it's fair to say that it's terrible. It's just people parrot what PvP has said or people they perceive to be good at the game and act like they're good at the game. I realized, by the way, guys, on Guild Wars 2 efficiency, while I was raiding this week, we were looking at Guild Wars efficiency. I realized there are only... 300 people on all of planet Earth who have played more PvP matches than me. There are only 300 people who have actually played more. I'm like rank 302 or something. It's ridiculous. To see that, that was quite crazy. I don't know whether that should give me more confidence when I talk about PvP or not. Yeah, where are yellow oozes? I don't know where the balls were going. I'm pretty sure there are yellow oozes on the bridge in Sparkfly Fen about halfway down. Ah, so yeah, Sparkfly is what I was talking about a second ago. Are you talking about this area here? Halfway? Bridge halfway. Are you talking about this? This is not halfway. This is top right. But I was thinking of this area for oozes. Aren't they yellow ooze and Sparkfly in that ruin? In a ruin. West Sparkfly Fen near the Pirate Heart. There are yellow oozes. Yeah, 300 who are also on Guild Wars efficiency. That's true. That is true. There might be some people who play a shit ton but don't know what efficiency is. And I'm more open to that than most people. A lot of people are like, oh, anyone who matters is on efficiency. And that's generally true. But I'll give the benefit of the doubt that some people might not be on there. Some people might have never made an API key. So this is just toxic, unfortunately. But this might not have been what you guys were talking about. Someone just mentioned a cave. Near the Pirate Heart there are oozes. Near the Pirate Heart. West Sparkfly. Well, this is east. What Pirate Heart is in West Sparkfly? Wait, it's not at the tech area. Is this the Pirate Heart? No. Quaggan from Crate. Admiral Clorinda Demard. Kill Riz and salvage loot from the beach and the Argent Warrior wreck. And blow up boulders. Are these the pirates? Yeah, efficiency can only pull the leaderboards of people who have actually made an API key. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. At any point historically. And that is true as well, what Warashina says. And that's that if anyone plays a lot but isn't on efficiency, it's probably the PvPers. Because PvPers, what reason do they have to do efficiency? I mean, there are a lot of worthwhile leaderboards for them. Here we go, yellow ooze. I see one. This isn't exactly a cave. Should we be underground? 2. Oh, here you go. This is the bridge. This is the aforementioned bridge. Nice, guys. I had no recollection of this. This is a victory for Twitch chat here. I had no recollection of this at all. So these guys block. These guys have a special blocking capability. It's weird seeing Ooze drop metal scraps, which is what I just got. Okay. Yellow seems like quite a rare variety then. That's curious. Very curious. Oh my god, we just had a new sub, guys. Let's hear it from Median Axe. Median Axe. Dude, thank you so much with Twitch Prime. So, this guy basically gets a free sub on Twitch because he's on Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, dude. Welcome to the Spud Club. Hopefully you enjoy your new emotes and so forth. I'm not going for a second Juggernaut. I'm not even going for a Colossus. I'm just trying to complete this tier of the collection. That's it. Because I want the prize Ooze from it. That's what I want. Run enough seasoned hardwood runs and you'll remember this place? Interesting. I don't even remember wood farming here. Did that appear in the video I did of wood farming? I was enjoying it while I was doing it. My coffee's getting cold. I don't want to drink it, but it's lukewarm. So can we go... Is there a cave underground near here or something? Damn, apparently someone who's playing with us has been using teleport to a friend's to get around. He's only got 47 left now. Oh my god, Maestron just subbed with a $9.99 sub. That makes you like one of those like legendary subs, dude. I think only one other person ever has ever done that on any of my streams. Thank you so much. You are now worth 2 fans. I will now take your opinion twice as seriously in this capitalist world we live in, where money talks, baby. Thank you so much, though. Seriously, that's awesome of you. That's really, really cool. Thank you. Imperial fragments are such an annoyance. You really enjoy the videos. Thank you. Honestly, have you have you been enjoying this week's videos as well? I'm a little bit more aware of this week's videos because a lot of them are shorter. We've been doing slightly shorter ones. That makes them more accessible to people. Easier to produce. Oh, this is some nonsense if these are getting killed before we can even tag the bastards. Venom sack. There we go, tiny yellow ooze. Oh, this isn't too bad. Oh, we got 2. Oh, we can get multiples, guys. A tiny friendly ooze just looking for a home. God, that didn't go so well, that one. All right, here we go. So we need a red ooze. Red doesn't want to relent. And then chromatic. This is cool. I love the icons. I love the icons. These are so awesome. Okay, red. Where can we get a lot of red ooze? Red, 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 red. I don't know where we might find a red ooze. I can't think of any ooze locations here off the top of my head at all. Any. I mean, there's this heart, right? Is that what people were talking about earlier? This one. PRNT Esoterics. There are red key cards there. Does that mean that there are red ooze there? Let's try. Nevermore has about 30 unique Raven icons. The poor artist. Wow, that's cool. See, I'll tell you guys about something that surely people can relate with this. This is something I struggle with. I'm gonna use that word. I'm gonna use the word struggle, right? Throughout my entire life, right? I get ideas for projects and things I want to do and creative things, and I get obsessed by them. I get consumed by them, and generally speaking, because I'm a fairly talentless guy, and I'm not a very disciplined guy, right? So I get like these crazy ideas that I really want to do and I get really excited about. And invariably, I don't do them and they fail. And then I like bum myself out majorly, right? And that has been a guiding light through. That's probably the reason why I'm here today. Sometimes I've had minor success. Oftentimes I've not, right? But an early thing, before I became a content creator for Guild Wars 1, one thing I really wanted to do in GW1, here's one of these projects that I came upon, right? That I really wanted to do. In Guild Wars 1, you had a system for elite skills where you didn't just unlock them from the user interface. You actually had to go out and explore an adventure to get them. You had to kill bosses that use those skills. And then you had to... This isn't good because I've already done the heart and this doesn't quite work. So let's see. What else can we do? Another place with ooze? Anyone? Were there ooze in the anthill? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some at Thormanova Reactor. But I'm not that interested. Red. I mean, where would a red ooze? Why specifically red? What? Why were these ones yellow? There's no rhyme or reason to it, really, is there? Decider Atom has Ooze. Decider Atom. I recognize the sound of that. Isn't that... No, that's Marot Brew. Decider Atom, is that... the crafting area? Yeah, it is the crafting area. Where are the Ooze? Oh, I know where you mean now. Yeah, this heart here. Right. Okay, yeah, so back to this project, right? So in Guild Wars 1... you had these, you had to kill bosses, and then you would capture the, here we go, red ooze. And you would capture the skills from them. But later, when devs added hard mode, they added another thing, where when you killed any boss in hard mode, there was a chance it would drop a tome. And you could get regular tomes for regular skills, or elite tomes for elite skills. And by double-clicking these, you could pick any elite skill you wanted in the game, as long as it was unlocked on your account already, which you could do through Balthazar Faction, PvP, or if you'd got it on other characters. So they added 16 items to the game. 8 books that were regular tomes, and 8 that were elite ones. And the elite ones, and they all look like these big, massive, dusty, old, you know, heavy, hardback, beautiful, like, fantasy RPG... books, basically, right? Like, filled with information. And the elite ones had, like, gilded corners. And they were only tiny little icons, you know, like you can see here, like we see in Guild Wars 2, these little icons. But, nonetheless, does this guy count as red? But nonetheless, they really captured me. And one thing I really wanted to do, one of these projects that I never did because I'm talentless, like I say, and because I don't have the skill for it, and I never took the time to learn or try anything out. I wanted to make real-world versions of those. You know how, I guess a lot, you get a lot of people get inspired by characters in games and they want to cosplay. They want to bring it into the real world. I kind of had that, but for these stupid items, these tomes. I wanted to make, in the real world, these massive, like, beautiful, like, really, really exquisite... and classy looking books that were modeled after the Guild Wars 1 tomes and elite tomes. I really wanted to do that. I thought that would be the shit. And I'm not talking about like little pocket books or whatever. I wanted to make big ones. And I kind of wanted to fill up as well then with pictures of the Guild Wars 1 elites or whatever. I thought that would be the coolest goddamn thing in the world. The coolest thing. And to this day, I never did it. To this day, though, I still get inspired by various skill icons, like, I don't know, sorry, item icons like this, making them in the real world. Like, someone, once upon a time, was running a chefing blog, a Guild Wars 2 chefing blog, where they would make the Guild Wars 2 foods from chefing, and they would try and, in the real world, and they would, they'd do, like, Crichton noodles and stuff, and they'd try and make their picture look as close to the icon as possible, and they would do actual recipes and stuff. What a cool idea! I look back at that, I'm like, that person's not in the content creation scene anymore. They're not doing that anymore. That was cool. That person should come back with the expansion. I'd love that, man. In fact, someone should do a cooking channel on YouTube. I would endorse that. Seriously, you'd get mad shout-outs from Wonder Potatoes if you did that as a YouTube channel. Seriously, the competition that's coming up to win every legendary in the game, let me just say, you got a good chance. You're in there. If you make a channel where you do a cooking channel, making all the Guild Wars 2 foods, that shit's awesome. Anyway, so yeah, an artist did like 50 different Raven icons. It would be cool to, like, I don't know, print them out or something and frame them. I don't know, maybe that's a boring idea, but yeah, this is all cool. I like seeing these. Anyway, nonetheless, check it out. We did get our Ooze. Sorry, story time is now over. Oh, we just put the yellow one in again. All right, so now all we need is the chromatic one. We've got all the different varieties of Ooze except the one that is already a mix. And then we're going to mix the chromatic with all the other ones to make a super chromatic one, I guess. So what do we do, though? Where do we find chromatic Ooze? Where's a good location for them? I mean, there were chromatic ones in the sewer pipe, weren't there? Should we go back to the sewer pipe? You would, but you have enough trouble boiling water. Well, that's good, Mayo. That's good. Well, you don't understand. That's the opportunity. If you're a shit chef, that makes your channel more interesting if you go and do a cooking channel for Guild Wars 2 stuff. Because you're bad at it at the start, and it's a journey. It's a progression. That's what people like to see, man. Right? And you become a good chef over time, or a better chef, at least. That's good. The sewer, toxic and translucent. Yeah, it wasn't chromatic, was it? As a new player, it was weird how Lion's Arch kept changing between the story and the open world. What are your experiences on the importance of the new player experience? I think the new player experience is incredibly important. And if there was any big thing I could change about Guild Wars 2, it would be 90% aimed. Not 90%. It'd be like 70% aimed at refining and improving and basically gutting what is currently in Guild Wars 2 and making the new player experience better. Because I think that the new player experience of coming in game, having a shit core tier, or just boosting yourself to 80 and having no idea what the dick is going on, I think that that is a massive detriment to Guild Wars 2. I think it is the single most thing that holds this game back enormously in so many areas, in terms of learning about the game, in terms of learning about your class, in terms of finding communities and settling into them, and in terms of story stuff. Like, so much of your enjoyment as a active PvEer is to understand the story, and there's these huge gaping holes, and most of the story for the core game is terribly implemented, and like, people obviously aren't getting invested because what's there at the start is shite. I think it's awful. And the number one thing I would do is I would cater to returning and new players. I would, 100%. And I'd make that clear in those updates as well, so the veterans don't get in their panties in a twist. Anyway, Chromatic Ooze, where do we go? Are there ones in the cave in Harathi? Were they? Well, let's go back and check. So what exactly do you get if you complete the third collection, Wooden Potatoes? Abiettes was what I've been teasing, haven't I? I haven't actually quite said. I haven't said exactly what it is. Well, that's the magic. That's the excitement. I'm going to leave it. All right? You're going to have to stay till the end of the stream or tune in on Wooden Potatoes 2 to figure it out. Look, I'm shitting myself out. No, I'm not going to tell you. It's cool. Someone can tell you in chat if you really care to know. But it's cool, and that's what that's the main thing I'm going for at the moment. Translucent Ooze, translucent, translucent. No chromatic as far as I can see. Those are just translucent ones. So none there. There are chromatics on the side of Mount Maelstrom Volcano around where the hidden garden portal is. Excellent. What an excellent comment right there from Twitch chat. That is how to post in Twitch chat. Everybody take a lesson from Tristita there. Defines the entire... There's context to what they're talking about. Explicit directions. Beautiful. Most people on Twitch chat would just type Mount Maelstrom. With no context. And we wouldn't know. Tyrannix just copy paste in there. That's brilliant. Yeah, you are. You're doing it right. The Aurora. Oh, God. In a funny way, you are doing it right, aren't you? That is Twitch chat in a nutshell. I realised on a previous stream we did about 2 weeks ago, you know that thing on chat where someone will, like, type randomly, they'll type, like, exclamation mark gems or something, and they'll set off a huge train where tons of people start doing it, and there is no giveaway going on. There's no reason to do anything. They're just spamming it like mad, and there's a huge number of people doing it. And it happens on Twitch, like, quite often. I always find it hilarious when it happens. I realised that happened on one of my streams, completely out of the blue, and I'm talking hundreds of people doing it. It was an insane train. And I don't know what's worse. A, that it happened on the stream, but B, I didn't even notice it. I was so deep in whatever the shit I was ranting about at the time, I didn't even notice it was happening. I only saw the next day when I was just having a quick flick through to make sure I hadn't missed anything. How bad is that? And I mean, it was going fast as well. And there were the odd, like, really, there was, like, the odd, you know, established viewer going, lol, why is everyone typing this? But mostly, I mean, it blew my mind. Anyway, there you go, check it out. That was very quick there. Chromatic Ooze. I take it back, ArenaNet. You didn't do too terribly there. So, oh, that consumed the terrarium. Oh, that sucks. So here you can see how hacky and weird the devs are having to do this stuff through items. But here, now we get a tiny chromatic ooze. So we're going to get rid of this glob. Or it's just forever going to be in my my inventory. So here, check it out. Tiny chromatic ooze. And we double click this guy to feed him now. Whatever it desires. So we now move on to the food section. So if I put this in account slot, we can go on to a different class. Someone tell me another class to play. I've got every class in the game. Give me both a class and the specializations. Woo! Yeah, so you can choose whatever to be specialized. But the first person to do that with the code 35. And I'm going to drink the coffee in the meantime. So go on, what do we play, guys? What do we play? This is the new Frostbite die, by the way, which I was lucky enough to get. Alright, that was pretty quick. Chrono Mesmer 35. Really? Okay, fine. Oh, I sort of hate you for saying that. No, I'm overruling. Screw you, DCC Dota. Screw you. Not DCC Dota. Sorry, Androids. Screw you. I'm going to listen to DCC Dota instead, who wants me to play a druid, which I very rarely, if ever, do. So, here we go. The reason I say screw you is I got a meta... I went big dick in World vs. World. On my World vs. World build. And I popped a utility primer and a metabolic primer on there. On my Mesmer. I won a 2v1. I won probably the most satisfying 2v1 you can win in World vs. World earlier. Literally today. I won a 2v1 again, and you know, they're probably bad players, so it's not anything to be super smug about. But I realized what is the best 2v1 you can win. It's a 2v1 where both other players are running the exact same build as you. That is the best 2v1 to win. Because you can't even be like, oh, you're just running a cheesy build. I was just trying to... No. They're trying to be cheesy too. They're running the gross stuff too. They're trying to gimmick and game it out. And through pure skill, you beat their builds. And I'll tell you why I won. Because they were both using Scepter bitches. So there is a slight difference there. All right, here we go. So yeah. We're going to play a Ranger. Which I haven't done for Christ knows how long. So we're going to feed the Ooze. I don't know what we're doing now. I honestly, uncharted territory. Intoxicated Ooze. So we want to feed the Ooze booze to our tiny chromatic Ooze. Dr. Bleant in Metrica Province has been conducting brewing experiments on Ooze. Okay. So we're going to go to Dr. Bleant in Metrica. So that is where we found ourselves earlier, right? Which was just over here. You like your potatoes with cheese on them? Dude, there are so many varieties of potato that work well with cheese. Cheese, leek, and bacon potato skins with a bit of sour cream on the side. Sour cream and chive or whatever it is. Mwah, that's a good cheese dish. What else we got? Baked potato, beans and cheese. That's a great dish. That's a very UK dish as well. Baked beans. What else we got? Cheesy chips or cheesy fries, as you guys would call it. That's a great dish. Cheese is very, very often good. Cottage pie and shepherd's pie. You know, when you put a little bit of grated cheese over the top to give it that crispy top on top of the mash. Yeah, that's on top of the overall dish. It's a great dish. It's a lot of great dishes. Potato and cheese. They were made for one another. Do some fashion wars on my druid. You know, it's funny because my druid actually has the real Chukran Chumpawat on it. Because of when I was playing Condi Druid ages back. So my thief doesn't actually run the real weapon, even though the thief did all the work for it. It's this guy that runs it. He doesn't even have trinkets on at the moment. He does have decent armor at least. Baked beans are pretty popular here in New England too. There was a really funny. I'm not making any statements one way or another, but there was a really funny picture on the French subreddit the other day. Where someone posted a picture. It was a picture representing Brexit, right? And for what, you know, serious discussion aside, it was a hilarious picture because what it had was all these beautiful continental foods you'd associate with the various countries in mainland Europe on like a beautiful platter. So it had like baguettes on there and it had like various types of like German beers and sausages, and it had like Spanish cuisine and like tapas and shit or whatever, or you know, from like tons of different countries, stuff from Denmark, stuff from Scandinavia. It was amazing, right? In this beautiful area, and then separate from like this gorgeous platter of EU iconic European foods, separate from it on the other corner of the table is just a tin of baked beans with a fork in it, separated from all the rest. And it was like, oh my god, it was hilarious. That's the UK for you. All right, I don't know what I'm doing here. I thought we were gonna buy.
Ideas are like cream. Good ones rise to the top.
Dr. Bleant. You're not Dr. Bleant. Who's Dr. Bleant? Oh, Dr. Bleant's probably the picketing guy then, I guess. Funny, there's two different Ooze things. No, that's Haruda. Oh no, yeah, Dr. Bleant. Yeah. WP, as I age, I have less tolerance for people who are rude in game. I just turn the game off now when before I would have muted and gone on. That's interesting. What makes you think, what has made you less tolerant to that? I always got the impression that as people got older, they gave less of a shit. It sounds like you're giving more of a shit. Or maybe you give less of a shit about giving a shit. So you just cut yourself off quicker. Whoa, deep thoughts. Here's Dr. Blean. I know just what you need. A dose of Dr. Blean's famous, old-fashioned, smooth-drinking, thirst-quenching, breath-freshening ooze booze. Am I right? What does it do? It's fantastical. It's bombastical. It cures everything from weak knees to jungle fleas. You can't lose when you got Dr. Blean's ooze booze. Sounds great. Do you have any for sale? Sure. Bottle of experimental ooze booze. So we're going to feed an ooze to another ooze here. Glope. Oh, did it change color as well? Did it change color? I couldn't quite tell. Oh, maybe it didn't. Maybe it didn't change color. All right, expanding ooze. Feed growth tonic. Oh, it's a growth tonic. Cool. Now, again, Blaze Ridge Steps. Classic earliest development map. Exciting stuff. This growth tonic, speaking of energy potions and so on, this growth tonic exists in the game because way back when, in the earliest design, when they had energy potions, they actually had the reward for this heart and these events and stuff. It wasn't even a heart reward, because back then it was all about dynamic events, right? For completing all the events in the area, they would sell a special type of energy potion, like a large energy potion or whatever. Like, it was another facet to leveling. It was another, you know, sink for gold in the economy. It was another like special moment where you'd feel like you've upgraded something or whatever. And it was a new type of energy potion you'd buy here. But then when everyone whined about the energy potions, perhaps rightly so for what it's worth, when that happened, they were like, oh well, what do we do as rewards in these areas now? And instead they added the growth tonic in there, which is now what we're gonna go and get. So a little bit of trivia for you guys. This is essentially an item that just makes you bigger. Before the most recent one, in the most recent map, this was all we had. It's just more about piling it up. You just take it until you get fed zith it. This story got dark. What got dark? Do you think he's a reference to Ivan Ooze from Power Rangers? Maybe. That movie was creepy. I think I've lost what's going on in chat. Anyway, thanks very much, Nice FFF. Dude, that's so cool. 2 months in a row. Welcome back to the Spud Club. Thank you so much for remembering to do it 2 months in a row. That's really cool of you. A lot of people do sub and then they forget, or you know, they decide I'm not worth it by the second month. That means it means a huge amount to me that you'd come back for multiple months in a row. That's really cool of you. Thank you very much, and to everyone else who's in the same position, of course. So yeah, let's. I don't see the Harpy event going on. So let's just go straight up over into the cave and see if it's all finished already. Maybe we can already buy the tonic up there. Feeding an ooze, a fermented ooze corpse. Oh, that's what got dark. Yeah, it did. It did indeed. I would agree with you there then. Ugh, God, this coffee is cold, man. It's cold. Yeah, there we go. All right. I must teach. Okay, so, and it's one of these vendors. Is it Glub? The kraal is in good shape now. Rupik and Porgar have filled our troughs to the brim with water. Are you interested in my wares? A recipe for a 10-slot ogre bag. Wow, I'll totally take that. See, and that's a fun part of the game as well. That's not a thing. And Dagon stew. Now that these are account bound, I will get these. That's interesting though. All right, that's not the guy that we want though. Is it him? I wish Drizzler would notice me. Who's Drizzler? Drizzler is that amazing beauty over there. Lumbering, hardy, and cunning with a voice that can inspire even the quietest of beasts to howl. What have you done to try to win her affection? My growth brew worked for a little while. My pet, Max, was impressive, but it wore off and Max shrank back down. You don't need a special pet to impress her. Be yourself. She'll love you. Do you think so? She could collect nettles for her tea and Max can have fungus for her. Maybe she'd like that. Have you considered getting a different pet? She'll hear you. I could never leave Max. We've been together since blah, 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 blah. All right, look, I'm scared that the vendor's going to turn off. Here we go. Growth tonic. Boom. So, eat up my oozy friends. So, he's got bigger. Just so that you guys can see, I used to do this when you know Natalie, my max size Norn. I made her after I learned about this growth tonic because it makes you ever so slightly bigger. Moving on, inscrutable ooze. Feed mystery meat to your tiny chromatic ooze, a common food enjoyed by both Norn and Char alike. Mystery meat. I vaguely remember mystery meat being in the game, but I wouldn't remember where to get it. Isn't that like a skill challenge? Isn't it like mystery meat you eat sometimes in skill challenges? It's a common food enjoyed by both Norn and Char alike. So I'm guessing there's 2 locations we can get it from. Yeah, that was a male ogre. Yeah, it was. I knew that one of them was female, so I took a shot in the dark when I got there that it was the girl and it was the man. So we got it wrong. Does having the entire map completion unblock the waypoints for other characters? No. It's a mystery where to get it. Not of laziness, just because I wanted a naught to farm and I really like having the waypoints. Yeah, it does sound kind of meat-over-festy, but I don't remember mystery meat being there. Maybe the butcher in DSA gives you mystery meat? Do you think he gives you mystery meat? I'll go there and check. I'm trying to refrain from wikiing. We can do it with our heads together, chat. We figured a lot of these older ones out. It's a bit harder at T3. Takes a bit more of my mighty intellect about Guild Wars 2. To really understand. Meatoberfest to the west. We'll check out Meatoberfest in a second. Yeah, this is just a combat challenge. I know that it's a hero challenge, but I'm wondering if when we talk to him, he also has another option to give us meat or something. I don't know.
This is important.
No, it is just fight him. And he stacks a little bit of bleeds. He's quite a tanky guy as well. Let's go back to Butcher's Block, I guess. Mystery Meat is the Lornar's Pass skill challenge. Mystery Meat, the Lornar's Pass skill challenge? Oh man, this music is beautiful, man. Oh god. You guys hearing this like I am? Oh, it's gorgeous. Isn't the Drathor's Worms skill point mystery meat? Yeah, it is, isn't it? You're right, all the way up here. This is mystery meat. This one here is Drathor's Dementors is mystery meat. Can I pick more up? It's just a vendor item from Holbrack Food Vendors. So, alright, we'll check that then. That seems to make some sense. There's a merchant in Holbrack that sells some food with mystery meat in it, if I remember correctly. Alright, well. Let's see what we got in terms of vendors then. Oh, we're getting nice frames here in Holbrack. Oh, and now they've dropped a bit more. Yeah, so during the week, guys, I was playing with Reshade again. That's why you saw the storybook filter. There's a post on the subreddit about it, which I sort of explained in terms of that. I was messing around with it, but I haven't been able to get anywhere near the look, that gorgeous look I have on my desktop of the active desktop background. And it's kind of making me a bit sad that I did so well with it before. And I know I was unhappy with that at the time. It's like, man, it was beautiful. Why am I so obsessed with getting it better than it already was? And now I don't know whether I'll be able to climb back to such heights. It's Ingar in the Great Lodge. Is this... I remember doing this for key farms once upon a time, a long time ago. I remember getting a certain kind of meat because it was a very low-level food that would give you XP bonuses. But I thought... Oh, it was moa haunches that I bought for that because it was 40 power after killing an enemy. This was just 30 power flat. I mean, those are not comparable, really. 30 power flat, so much better. All right, stick a mystery meat. There you go. Good job, chat. I didn't do anything for that one, so good job there, guys. Mystery meat. This is already getting a bit weird, the weird stuff we fed it. I like how we start diving off the deep end by feeding it just another ooze, right? Incubated ooze. So find Petri Dish Delight to... Sorry, feed Petri Dish Delight to your tiny chromatic ooze. Gastrorum Plick has expanded her selection to include this traditional Asuran delicacy. Oh, this isn't a traditional Asuran delicacy. See, listen, guys. How cool would it be if someone had a cooking YouTube channel and they did a video, Petri Dish Delight, right? And they've got like... Oh, that'd be hilarious. Anyway. Gastronom Plick. I couldn't tell you where Plick is. I don't know where the balls Plick would be. I might have to wiki this one. I'm going to wiki it. I'm going to wiki Plick. I failed, guys. I failed you all. I'm not good enough. I don't know off by hand where Gastronome Plick is. He's at Gastronome Delights in Ratassoum, the auxiliary study rooms. That's curious to me. So apparently he's down. He's not there. He's not at the Statics Union. He's not at the colleges. Auxiliary study rooms. Where are the auxiliary study rooms? It's located on the lowest level. So let's go all the way down. We're at the lowest level here, and it's giving me the accountancy waypoint. Let's just try that then. That's clearly not the lowest level. You would guess a chef in Rata. Either the bar in Ratassoum or the one higher up. A bar. A bar in Ratassoum. I don't remember a bar in Ratassoum, but that sounds really cool. We'll try that out. Welcome to the stream, guys, by the way. Everybody's just tuning in. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. So we're going to go downstairs. This is nice. ZWGH just subbed with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. Welcome to the Spud Club. We really, as a general Twitch community, we don't use emotes much, do we? We really don't. Maybe we need to refine what we got. So Barkeep Pilter. Good to see you, genius. I've got your usual. You're here to quench your thirst or talk my ear off. This progeny is industrious. Why don't you hire her? Who, Tippy? Her parents would kill me if I did. They've got big plans for her in the College of Dynamics. Besides, last progeny I hired blew up the bar with some crazy drink mix. A flask of Ooze spirits. I'm going to buy that in preparation just in case we need this for the thing. Alright, someone's just pinged this waypoint, which is down here. Ready? We're going to warp forward. Ready? Cool. Alright, here's Gastronome Plick. My drinks aren't just for anyone. Only those who have the refined palate of a connoisseur can appreciate my potable's intricate flavors. Okay. Gastronomic Delights. Ooh, Prismatic Soylent. Prototype Nutriment. Wow, we talked about that on just yesterday's video. That's crazy. And Petri Dish Delight. What an interesting vendor. What does the Delight give us? Condition duration. Boom. Petri Dish Delight. Oh, that doesn't work. The Ooze spirits. It doesn't work, sadly. Stimulated Ooze. So we need to feed Morello stimulant snack to our tiny chromatic ooze. Riscott has been known to use this snack while training Morellos in Dredgehorn. Who trains Morellos in Dredgehorn? Shit, I'm really bad at this. I don't remember anyone training Morellos in Dredgehorn. Let's see, it's not up there. You do get some weird enemies around here, but it's not in this central area. Raven's Wing Shrine? Is it down here maybe somewhere? Is it near the Diamond Priory thing maybe? Middle to the west of the map, people are saying. What, so Leaning Grade maybe? I would describe middle to the west as this, so I'm just going to wing it. In the caves. Your emotes beside High Horse don't interact well with what you're doing on stream. We need maybe like Tato Nerd Voice or Tato Lore. Tato Lol would be good. Okay. You admit these collections are good for... Yeah, I mean, the collections are good for adding added incentive. I mean, that's almost exclusively what they are. They're added incentive to go back. Like, so they do add good stuff. It's just clumsy and fiddly, and it's a shame that they're as obscure as they are, and they're as difficult to find as they are, and that they're behind huge paywalls, right? Like, that's the main thing. Yeah, I just wanted to check if that cave was an entrance or something interesting there. So I guess we'll follow Moldef here. This guy looks pretty scary, actually. This is a big old Norn right here. He's using the embiggening tonic. Man, that's actually freaky deaky, man. How's he translucent? What's he used to be translucent there? Because he doesn't... That's not a ghost pepper effect. Has he bugged his character out? He looks crazy. Moldef, how have you done that? What is that effect that you've got on you? Is this just a client-side thing for me? Maybe that is an animation bug, because he's pulsing every now and then. On added incentive, do you think they should make all hearts replayable in court? I don't know about that. Maybe, yeah. Maybe if it was all rebuilt. That would be a nice thing to do, yeah. He says it's a secret, guys. Woo! No, but if it was the ghosty strawberry, he would have the consumable effect on him, wouldn't he? That's what I just explained a second ago. I melt with you. Were you not listening? Or is it true that you can get the effect without having the food on you? Chat, listen to Lightbringer by Phantasmal Music and tell me you don't feel it in your loins. Listen, I've been moved by a great deal of music in the past. I was listening to some Sopranos music yesterday. Shit, what is that song? If you guys want to feel like a badass with whatever you're doing, right? Listen to Alabama 3, Woke Up This Morning. Right? What a song. I was also listening to that Finding Dory Shells track as well. Oh, it's down here. This is the Morello training. Interesting. And I gotta say, as much as I've enjoyed music in my simple years on planet Earth, I don't think I've ever felt it in my loins. Not quite sure what that is. I mean, there is porn music, right? But it tends to be the associated imagery that does it for you, not the music itself. Like, I don't think the bow necessarily is inherently sexy. Morello stimulant snack. Lovely. Does he have any dialogue? He does have dialogue. So let's listen to his dialogue. What have we just fed to our ooze?
Best Morellos in the whole land, yes? Someday I leave this cave, form League of Squid. Squid and Morello, Legendary League. Someday we'll have enough gold to form League.
Morello's in the league?
Morello, not pretty, but very smart. Yes, Morello's fine for League. Squid band together, very smart together. With Morello's next to Squid, smartest in the whole Tyria. Legendary League of Squid.
Right, ... If they don't appear in the next expansion, I don't know what. Good job, Moldef, who is now a frog. With the pulsing effect. Looks like he's just bugged the yeah, it is. He's a revenant. It's definitely an effect, like one of the phase effects, right? Like any number of them, where you step into the mist for a second and evade. It looks like a bug on that. It's a rev-only graphical glitch. Use Shiro dodge and weapon swap in the same frame. Interesting. It's a song called Alabama 3. From Alabama 3. Woke up this morning. All right, we're halfway there, guys. We're halfway there. Ah, experimental ooze. So I know where this is already. This is what I thought, and the devs impressed me with in a recent patch. Like, the devs impressed me a lot in recent patches. They do. They deserve credit. When they nerfed seaweed salad and so forth, this is an 8% version of those foods. And, you know, it was so easy to just basically have no confidence that they'd actually, you know, nerf this as well. That they even remembered this was in the fucking game. Like, I don't know, maybe that's wrong of me. But there was just so little chance to me that they were going to nerf it, that they remembered it, that they knew what their game had in it. And, well, they did remember, and they did get it right. I think I've messed up, though. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was the end of this event. Am I wrong? I don't see any NPCs here with the name that I'm looking for. Isn't it this escort? Isn't it the end of this escort when we do this?
Them around by the ears.
No, he's going in the other direction. They used wiki. Maybe. I don't care if they use wiki. They don't have to be better than using wiki. It's after killing the brood mother. Yeah, that's what I thought. But this doesn't spawn the brood mother, does it? Because the event we're looking for goes around like that, doesn't it? Does it go around like this? I don't know. We'll follow this guy, I guess. But he's not name dropped. The character we're looking for is Rakan. And this is Scribe. So, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't matter if they use wiki. If they're smart enough to use wiki when they're putting changes in like that, I think that's good. I think that shows they're tuned in. It's not much to ask, but it shows that they're tuned in, you know? This is what the players would do. I have not played Condi Ranger for ages, by the way. Just let me be clear about this. So I'm going to be shit at this. Don't judge me too hard, guys. Give me that fury, tiger.
Vacate these premises.
Vacate these. Look at that. Listen to how badass these Asuras start sounding in awe. I wish that was actually a tangible, like, explicit thing that they did much. Overall, there's too many Asura in the front lines late here. If I remade this story in this game, like the core stuff, or like plastered a new one over it, I would have way more Nord and Char in the front line and a couple of humans, and you would find very few Sylvari out here. I'd basically have the Pale Reavers would be in the Orion branches of the story, and otherwise than that, you know, and that's what's special and interesting about them. Otherwise, I wouldn't be plastering Sylvari fucking everywhere. Like, they're too delicate, too fragile. This is all, man. The big badass guys, the people who have their time to shine, should be frontline packed vigil troopers, in association with the pact, obviously. But it would be like huge quantities more of those than anything else. And Asura you'd find in like commanding positions and like more backlines areas, and you'd find them tinkering with things way away from any kind of fights. You'd find like a huge congregation of them and Sylvari at Fort Trinity. But you wouldn't find many. You wouldn't find Asura just fucking wandering around in ore like this. It takes the threat away from the area. I always hated the way that the devs did stuff like that. They never paid attention to shit like that. Like the pirate factions. Why are there equal numbers of all 5 of the playable races in the pirate factions? Because it's easy. Have you really thought about that? How many Sylvari in the 25 years, max, since they've been on Tyria, really have found the time to divulge into piracy and fallen fully into that, right? Like, it just doesn't make that much sense. How many, like I feel like that's a specific thing, and yet there's tons of Sylvari pirates. I think most pirates we see should be human, Norn and Char, probably. Asuran pirates are also cool, but I like the idea of having bands of Asuran pirates who view themselves as a crew, and they're not just a mix of all the different races. Like, and the Char as well, they needed to be handled a lot more delicately with the kind of groups that they appear in. Just based on, like... If you're seeing Char out in the world, it really should be within warband structures, I think, right? Or in association with their warbands. And it should be very rare that you see them mixing, which would make, you know, stories like when an Ash and a Blood person team up in the personal story late on. It makes that pop. But generally speaking, so, you know, they got a lot to answer for in the personal story, where as soon as you leave the Black Citadel, it's just like, yeah, fuck everything we said about the Char. All the Char are like Ritlock, really. They all wander around and do whatever they want. They're not really beholden to the legions. Nah, they'll just piss about. Yeah, the Char are all free as birds. And that shouldn't really be true, I don't think. Anyway, these are little things I would pay attention to.
You bring me something?
Yeah, and Quaggan pirates also are okay. They just shouldn't be commonplace. And if there's a fucking Quaggan pirate there, then it should be, like, called attention to. Right? Like, it shouldn't just be... And that's not to say they didn't when they've done... Have they done Quaggan pirates? I can't actually think of any off the top of my head, except the Quaggan pirate that you find. Isn't there one in this heart here? Moriarty's Hold, isn't that a thing? Yeah, I know people have problems with Char clipping and stuff. I don't really care, to be honest, about that stuff. Doesn't bother me that much. Char is just one of 5 races. I don't know why they should get so much more special attention and focus just because it's all you play. It's just one of those classic examples of people think they know what the game needs by honing in on their incredibly narrow perspective of something. Like, I think you've got to keep a broad perspective. And if you have a broad perspective, Char is just one of the 5 races, right? So it's going to get 1/5 of the effort. That's the world you live in. Most people play humans, so they should start with a human baseline. I would do things exactly the same. I'm not going to pretend that magically more resources and things can become available just because you want it more. It doesn't work that way. I think if you're going to have 5 races and they all have big, distinctive looking different armor models and so forth, then there's going to be a cost to that. And the cost is that some of the Char armor looks a bit stretched out and a bit ugly and a bit clippy. If that's really bad to you, then don't play a Char. But it is just 1/5 of the races, and not the majority of people play it. Is it one of the biggest problems with God or Sue? Absolutely not. I don't know what's going on here now. Then maybe Rack is at the end of. Maybe is it this event over here where the submarine spawns, the old Plinks chain? Is it that? Anyone got any advice for me in chat? Go back to the camp now for the next event. Also, the escort fails if he's killed. You can't revive him, as I recall. Oh, shit, I'm dead. I was looking in Twitch chat. Oh, yeah, this is the Balthazar guy, and he fucking hurts, doesn't he? All right, well, look, we got the mastery on this account, so it's good. All right, let's get out. Okay, apparently the next event is back at the camp, and this will be the one that takes us on the correct escort, I guess. Like, seriously, honestly, who gives a goddamn about clipping? There's more important matters to care about. Galluionia, listen, you're sitting there with that opinion. You got your little flag up, right, and you're in your corner. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm in your corner, right? I would go sit with you. I agree 100%. I think there's way more important things to care about. Way more things to discuss. I don't think it's game breaking if there's clipping, a lot of clipping even on one race. I'm 100% in your corner. However, you and I, my friend, we have to understand, though we are kindred spirits, we are vastly outnumbered by the fashion wars loving population out there. And no matter how we feel about it, I think generally speaking, people do love to whinge about the charting. So maybe argumentum ad populum springs to mind. A lot of people say it, so it must be a real problem.
That smell will wash off in water. Now go and report back quickly.
Advice, don't get killed. All right, here's Racken. All right, come on. Come on, you little script bastard. He's got undead camouflage. He's hidden from the undead. There's a big wave here. Oh, shit. We've scaled this quite high. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. WV, how hard would you say it is to get the World vs. World backpack compared to the PvP one and PvE one? Way. Well, listen, hard's a funny word. Hard can mean different things to different people. It's one of those fun things to debate on the internet endlessly when it comes to MMOs. People will suggest, oh, stuff isn't hard in MMOs, or stuff isn't hard in Guild Wars 2. It just takes a long time. Like, what they want is some massive intellectual stress or skill-based stress all the time. To me, a component of difficulty is time taken required, right? So super grindy games, like Korean grinders, I think it's fair to call them hard. I don't think it's right to say, oh, they're not hard, they just take a long time. They don't make me flex my brain enough. You know, I am very smart, nerd level stuff. I think that, you know, if something takes a long time, it's fair to say that it is, to a degree, hard to get. But obviously it comes down to your own opinion. Is the World vs. World back piece harder to get than the others? But I can certainly tell you it takes a ton longer. I wouldn't say that the World vs. I mean, the World vs. World one, you can literally build a bit of participation on a map and play enormous amounts of AFK. Like, literally, you can live a whole and fulfilling life emulating Guild Wars 2 on your phone while you're working as a security guard every night and come out with a legendary backpack after, you know, several months. It's mostly a time gate. It's a huge time gate if you really want to break the experience down to that. That's all it is, though. A big-ass time gate. And the biggest time gate we've ever seen in Guild Wars 2. So from that perspective, I really like it, actually, as something to go for. Like, the reason I want the World vs. World back piece is because it is quite insane. It's hard. I'll tell you one thing. When I get the World vs. World back piece, I'll be wearing it constantly. It is the hardest, in that respect, legendary back piece in the game. It will be the legendary back piece with the most prestige. Long way ahead of the PvP one and the PvE one. Way, way, way ahead. I'll be very happy to wear it. Because it is months of dedication. And keeping consistently diamond chest, diamond chest, diamond chest, week in, week out, week in, week out, for months and months and months and months. That is something that is pretty interesting to me. So that's why I'm going for it. So there's your comparison. But I would get away from the word hard because it bogs the discussion down in the wrong stuff, I think. Okay, Racken is no longer invisible. When do I think episode 6 will release? What did I say yesterday? Yeah, not yesterday's stream, on Monday's stream. What did I say? 4 to 6 weeks? Or did I say 6 to 8? One of those. 4 to 8 weeks.
Big, scary, yes.
Yes, big, yes. This is a horrible, evil-sounding script. Jesus Christ. Doesn't reward decay over time. Well, yeah, as soon as it starts to decay, you just flip a sentry, or you spawn some ghosts, or you kill a warg, or you kill a harpy, and then you go back to dicking about. And there you go. That's how you get the World vs. World back piece. Personally, what I do is I plant myself on one of the Borderlands Bloodlust things, the one on top of the big tower, and I trait myself to be really quite... The build I play is very, very strong in close quarters. And I just stand there, and and it's near 2 sentries and some ghosts, and there's even some dolly patrols nearby, and I just sit there. And what tends to happen is people will notice that it's flipped in my Borderlands favor, and sometimes people will come up and try and kill me up there. And because it's an incredibly strong world versus world build, and it's essentially close quarters up there, usually you fuck those people up, and then you get participation for that kill. And or people flip the sentries nearby, and yeah, once every 10 minutes or so, I look back at the client, and if I hear I've been attacked, I'll go in there, I'll kill whoever's attacked me, and then that's what I've been doing for the back piece. I don't even really, or sometimes then I do roam. It depends. Quite often roaming's really boring because you just get little guild groups of like 3 to 4 people, and they'll like I literally got ganked like 3 times. Well, not 3 times. I got killed once, and then I had to keep waypointing away from them as they were charging across maps, chasing me. Like a little group of 3 thieves. They will run around together. It's very hard to shake that kind of aggro. So in situations like that, yeah, you just kind of sit about. Risen Drake Broodmother Scale. We don't... That dinged for something, but not this collection, as it turns out. Okay, now Rack. Where is Rack? Rack will now go back. Here we go. So now we pick up his experimental Ooze thing. Am I going to go for the World vs. World chess piece that requires 2k rank? I doubt it. My rank is only 815. So, and when you zerg, you get rank really quickly and really fast for like no effort. But when you're not zerging and when you're just roaming, and especially if you're doing high AFK uptime, like I have been this past week at least. My most recent chest, I did basically, here's the extent of the AFKing I've done. This silver chest, so this wood, bronze, and then this first bit of silver for this week was pretty much entirely AFK last night. That's the most AFKing really I've done. The rest of it has been 1v1ing people and stuff. But doing that, you don't get ranked very fast at all, really. So I doubt I'll go for the 2k thing. It's not high on my list right now. It's also a ton of tickets. I just want to get the back piece for now. Then maybe I'll look at getting the armor. The other thing I have been doing is the triumphant armor. I've almost got... Once I go... I've done this 5 times now. This is my 6th. So when I beat this, I'll have the full set of light armor. And then I might do it another 12 times for 18 times total to get all the heavy, all the medium, and all the light. So I might get all of that, but whether then I'll go further and get the T2 and the T3, I don't know. But I should have more than enough time to do that reward track 18 times before I get the World vs. World back piece, I'll tell you that much. So there you go. We fed him the experimental Ooze Booze. So now we want to feed him some grumble cakes, which come out of the chest at the Shatterer. But I'm pretty sure we can just buy on the TP.
Strange and dangerous way to test.
Yeah, so grumble cake.
But we're not just testing weapons.
That's delicioso.
Hello.
What's my favorite legendary at the moment? Same as always. Well, the same as for the last year or so. Chukun Chumpua. I think it's an incredible legendary. Which you can actually see I'm using right here. On tiny characters, you can't see it very well. But, I mean, this thing is gorgeous. This is a really gorgeous legendary. I think it's beautiful. And I love it on my Thief. And I love the way that my Thief looks as well. And the few times I played Fashion Wars too. Alright, so grumble cake. Om nom nom. Ooh, we got a new item there. We got a new item. So, now that we've fed it a ton of that stuff... Oh, we got it! This is what I wanted to do it for. We can finish now. We're done. Oh, we got it. Oh, I'm really... Oh, my God. Wow. So we don't even have to go any further. All right. So now that we've fed our Ooze friend a ton of stuff, we've got the Mystic Chromatic Ooze. So it's a crazy, weird, wobbly fed Ooze here, made of lots of other ones. And it says double click to coat yourself with your Ooze buddy. So if we do this, okay, right, we get an active effect on us here. It lasts, oh, it only lasts 5 minutes. Is there a better version later that lasts longer? Oh, if it only lasts 5 minutes, that's a bit shit. But what you'll notice now is we look shiny and chromatic and weird. Can you guys see that on our ranger here? It's changed our outfit to the chrome effect, which normally you could only ever get by wielding the hammer. But here, as you can see, I'm on a ranger who doesn't have hammer, and he's got that special effect. that plays off of our armor and so forth. That's what I wanted to do this for. I wanted this effect, this active effect here, which appears. Stacks on top of foods and stuff. You see it's got that blue icon suggesting that it stacks on top of birthday boosters and other consumables and stuff. So that's what I wanted to do this for. So the collection does go on beyond this point. So now that we've covered ourselves, what we do is we go on other adventures and we jump into the lava at the heart of Mount Maelstrom, and we have to fight the Claw of Jormag, the electrified floor at the Golem Mark II, get flattened by the Stomper in the Molten Furnace. There's loads of like general dungeon stuff and fractal stuff here, which obviously we're not going to be able to do loads of. Tequatl's Watery Grave.
Did you ever fight beside the cave in the Wild Hunt?
I never had the...
The Risen Priest of Grenth.
Once.
Fall for 10 seconds without touching the ground. Okay, so we can do a couple of these. I won't shoot off super fast. So here, look, check this out. First, let's go to Malkor's Leap, which is one of the biggest drops in the game. Let's go to the Cathedral of Zephyrs. Wait, witness what? Witness me? Witness it? What the hell? What are we talking about? I mean, it's a cool effect, I think. I like it. So so this is what it looks like without the effect on us. It looks like it turns off between instances as well, which is also a shame. So here, the Tempest Waypoint is actually unlocked, so I'm going to go up here. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to check out what this effect looks like on some of my other characters. Specifically, I want to see what it looks like on my Thief. Because I think the Thief might look quite interesting with it, like fiery and the chromey effect on top as well. That might be curious. And I want to see what it looks like on my Mesmer, who's wearing legendary armor at the moment. But I think someone said on a previous stream that it doesn't work on legendary armor, which I want to verify here. It's a shame if it doesn't work on legendary armor. No, I haven't seen the newest Mad Max. No, I saw the old ones. Really, really creepy villain in the original Mad Max with the birds and the what not birds. He like acts like a cat, doesn't he, or something? Really weird. Oh, there's an amazing video, by the way, I watched last night of a tiger like waking another tiger up, and the one that was asleep freaks the hell out and like goes to attack the one that woke it up. And when you watch the YouTube video, the roaring of this fucking crazy tiger. Tigers are cool, man. All right, so basically we're gonna coat ourselves in the ooze. All right, and then we're gonna jump. Whee! For 10 seconds flat. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? What the hell? That was totally 10 seconds. Coat yourself with Mystic Chromatic Ooze and fall for 10 seconds without touching the ground. That's mental. I know we can do it quite easily in Heart of Thorns. What's a great Corteria place to do it, though? Because this is Corteria content. Not Verdant Brink, Maestron, I already said. Not Draconis Mons. I want to do it in Corteria. Because it's designed for Corteria. So where in Corteria can you do that? It has to be here. Surely it has to be here. Maybe Mount Maelstrom from the top of the volcano. Do you think we can fall all the way in? I'll rat assume. Let's see if it works here at Mount Maelstrom. Let's see if we can do a double whammy. Let's see if we can fall for 10 seconds and we can land in the volcano's heart. Oh, the Silver Waste JP. That's a good one as well for Corteria. That's good. No, Divinity's Reach wouldn't be. I don't think there's any 10-second fall. I'm surprised that the Malkor's Leap jump didn't do. I think they actually talked about that on the original stream where they showed this off. They demonstrated that as an area to do it, I think. So that's quite extreme to me that didn't work. Very cool. All right, let's go up here and see if we can fall into this one. Yeah, the buff was on. It was on. Don't worry. I know. I'm not going to jump off without it. Dry top. What, the diving goggles for dry top you thinking about? That could be a good one, maybe. I don't think that's higher than the Malkor's Leap one, though. The dry top one. Yeah, I don't think gliding works. I think if you glide, it says no, you're not allowed. Let's turn it back on again. The JP and Metrica Gomes Lab. Yeah, but that when you jump off, you hit a loading screen as you're falling. So I don't know whether that one counts either. Unless you can clip faster. If you jump at the right place and use like a big leap ability, I think you can get away from the boundary where the loading screen triggers. But yeah. All right, let's try this. I don't think this is 10 seconds. Is this 10 seconds? Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight if it's 10 seconds. Ah, it wasn't 10 seconds. Jesus, 10 seconds is a long fall. Anyway, we need to come into this. There we go. So we went into the fire. Shit, I thought I was a thief for a second there. Jump. Must get out. So that, we at least got that. We got the coat ourselves in the fires. So this is the singed ooze now. It's become a singed ooze. Silver waste, I guess. Silver waste is probably the best place to do it. The constant falling thing in Fractal Lobby. Oh, that seems cheesy. I don't want to do that. No. That seems like a cop-out. That was close. About 9 seconds. Oof. I believe if you jump, it doesn't count. Or maybe it's the other way. You have to jump. That's curious. All right, well, look. The script tunnels are up, right? So let's just quickly... Let's go to the Silver Waste JP. I guess I don't have the POI. I'll do it. I must have the POI. Do I have the... No, I don't have the POI. Because this isn't technically... So that's the Central Silver Waste. Screw it. We're going to walk. We're going to walk there. So the idea here is to drop off of... If not the SS Topsy-Turvy, the idea would be to drop off of... Like later on at the end, that huge chamber. Yeah, void jumps would be a cheat as well. I don't want to do that. I want to figure out an actual 10-second drop. I want to do it like a real normal player, guys. Maybe the giant tree jumping puzzle next to Mount Maelstrom where you need to defeat the guy to open a portal. No, I don't think that's higher than where we just fell. That tree is... It's a beautiful area, but that tree is not that high. Also, the terrain around it probably isn't too good for our purposes. Just splat, don't die. Well, last time I stopped myself gliding because I also wanted to get the lava. So I waited until the last second. This time I will splat. I'm not going to glide, no. But I specifically glided on that last one because I wanted to wait in the lava instead of fucking about as well. Which I thought was fairly obvious, but I guess I have to explain myself to you. No, the hidden garden we just talked about. Guys, we're being a bit dim today. Literally a second ago. That was what we were talking about 1 moment ago. Where's the entrance? It's down here. This is a good place for post-processing as well, by the way. Watch how the colors change as we go in. Ooh. Actually, I don't know whether that is post-processing. If you want to do it like a real average player, then you should do it the cheesy way. Zing! Oh, too true. Too true. Because most people at this point, they've done the big paywalls and they're just zerging around. They don't care about the flavor of it, I would say, probably. Most would just want to cheese it. So the idea here is we're going to go to the top of this beautiful looking boat and we're going to fall into the chamber beneath it. And if this fails, what we'll do is... I don't know whether I want to go all the way to the end of the puzzle. Let's see what we got here. So let's turn our ooze on. We want to jump off. I don't know where exactly. Oh, up here. Good idea there, Maldef. Good idea. There's some sauce. Oh, this is some hot sauce. This is nice. I like this. This is good. All right. Go. Must fall all the way down. So all the way down. This little pool of water here is where we're aiming for. Come on, this has got to be 10 seconds. This has got to be 10 seconds. Yeah, it was 10 seconds. Whoa, that was more like 13. We got it, guys. We got it. Voila. Oh, and the waypoint just closed, I think. Oh, no, it didn't. All right, so there was that. Get hit by the lasers in Specs Lab. Specs Lab was the one... Wow, do you know what? I actually did a video of Specs Lab today. Do you guys believe that? I actually did do a video. This is Specs Lab here, isn't it? So we can do that. And I'll show you why I did the video. Because... hopefully this works. This is like that girl who was cheating in CSGO thing again. Because I did a video today on Taco, which you should see very shortly. Let's put our user interface back to the normal size. Yeah, is OBS picking it up? I don't know whether it is. I've got no idea. It might not be. It might not be picking it up. You guys might not be able to see the overlay. So I can keep my dirty wall hack cheats hidden from you all. Let's see. Maybe you can see it? We'll have to go in. No, I think I'd have to change the stream settings to do it on a window or whatever. But basically, I'm running Taco right now. So on my screen, I've got these markers which are showing me like every step of the way for the JP. And it's cool. It is very, very, very cool. And I've got like a compass around my character, and I've got lots of fun things going on. Sadly, you can't see it. OBS isn't picking it up. It's not picking the layer up. But yeah, we got to finish this basically here, so... Hopefully I don't play too badly on this. I remember this being such a challenge early on as well. Such a challenge. Oh no, why? Come on! Fucking gliding. That's such shit. I wasn't even pressing the button that much. That's so annoying. Just take the death. Casually hacking on stream. No, it's not hacking. It's perfectly okay. Yeah, I'll close it down since you guys can't even see it anyway. Reboot. Alright. Don't get banned, WP. We still need you. I wonder what Guild Wars, what would shift. Do you guys think that if I... Here's a funny thing. You guys probably... I've got no idea and no actual way to answer this. But here's something I've often wondered about. It's a very arrogant thing to wonder about. But it's not really arrogant. It's not really about me. It's about content creation. And it's about the way that that works with video games and audiences, right? Do you think that if I got banned, that would create like a vacuum, like a viewership vacuum? And my viewers would then like filter out to other Guild Wars 2 content creators and someone else would like rise to be the next Winner Potatoes? Or do you think that actually if I got banned, most of my audience wouldn't, and not because, you know, of our specific audience, just the way that YouTube works and so forth and Twitch works. Do you think most people wouldn't be proactive enough to seek out someone new, and that it would basically just be over at that point, and my audience would evaporate and Guild Wars 2 would lose that? What do you think it would be? Do you think it would be... And again, it's not really me being arrogant as is to say no one can fill my shoes. It's just that thing of like, people tend to not... Oh, this is bullshit. What hit me there? That's... What was that? Oh, it's the cannons, isn't it? I haven't seen that for ages. Well, now I'm just going to wait for the guy to press the button again, and we're going to go again later. It's these cannons. Yeah, this is a beautiful area. Look at this. I should do this as an active desktop. This is a beautiful area. Oh my god, that guy proper YOLO'd. Oh, what? What? Come on, what the... It's alright, we can just teleport to the station, can't we? I forgot. What is it, you? 5th station. Alright, let's go this way. I got totally freaked out by that thing. We got no 25% move speed, no swiftness. Alright, there we go. Oh, he's just given us swiftness. Oh no, he hasn't. Why didn't we get swiftness from that? I totally just saw him pop his F2. Anyway, so here's the lasers at the end. Do we have to wait for the event? Maybe? Oh, no. It should be fine. Oh, we press the button over here, maybe?
I finally...
Oh my god, is this the right lab? Specs.
Adventurers.
Yeah, it is Specs lab. We are supposed to do Specs. I was scared that it was the wrong lab for a second there. So there you go. We hit a laser while covered in... Oh, do you know what? I wasn't even coated in ooze there. These poor golems just get instantly blown up. This is an interesting encounter, you know, but... Power creep, scaling, Porteria being broken, fun stuff. So there you go. We weren't even covered in the ooze, and that totally worked. So that's fine. What else we got? There was another one we can do easily. The Tequattle's water one isn't based on any fractal or world boss. Oh, here, look, we gotta go do the jungle worm again. All 3 varieties of phytotoxin. Take agony damage. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'll do 2 more. I will do Tequattle's Grave, which is always accessible now, as we learned on a recent stream. And then I'll take Agony damage in Fractals, because you got the little Agony thingy-mabobber. And yeah. But, okay, so we got this is weird. It only lasts 5 minutes. That's a real shame. That makes it way less exciting. Why did they go so big dick with the Chukun Chumpawa tiger that you can get on your back, which is like awesome and permanent, and then with this it's just like so only 5 minutes. Like, that's not a perk. That's lame. Would you still create content if you got banned from Guild Wars 2? If so, what would it be? You know, I really don't know, because I'm very pessimistic anyone would really come and follow me to other games. Basically, it would be me starting over. If I got banned from Guild Wars 2, essentially, I've got an idea for another channel I'd like to do, and something I'd really care about, and something that I think would be awesome. And I think what you'd see if I got banned from Guild Wars 2 is I would get a real job somewhere. And I'm uniquely unqualified for a hell of a lot of work at this point, because I've just pissed the last 5 years away. So it would be pretty devastating to me. Like, I really wouldn't have much security. But I'm not above going to work at McDonald's or some. I'd get anywhere to support myself, and I'd be working full time, and I'd be spending my evenings. Probably I would make a new channel, and I'd tell Wood and Potatoes people about the new channel. But I would probably just start from scratch and have that new channel there. Maybe I would stick it on Wood and Potatoes. Maybe that would be worthwhile. Maybe it would be pointless starting a new channel. But it would be a fresh start. I wouldn't be doing Guild Wars videos anymore. I would move on. I'd probably still play Guild Wars 2. In fact, doubtless I'd... Well, I don't know. Because getting banned, it's like you lose your whole account. To lose this account, to lose everything I've worked on this account. So here, I can't do the Tequatta one because the boss wasn't killed on his last spawn. That's why we got all these fish heads here. I swear I was in a dodge roll there. That's NA lag there. We got, so we can't actually go into his watery grave, sadly, because we never killed the boss. So we'll have to ignore that. We'll go do the Fractal one. I would like to keep playing Guild Wars, but I don't know how much fun I'd have, you know, losing all my legendaries, losing all my AP, losing everything. I'd probably play it for the story, but not much more than that. I would become one of these, like, very casual people, I think, that just logs in when an update comes out, and that's it. I think that's the kind of Guild Wars player I'd be. And at that point, there's no way I could make any worthwhile content. So what I'm saying is if I got banned, I'd have to make a new account kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I think. From my perspective, that's what would happen if I got banned. But yeah, I wonder, like, I think... I'm quite pessimistic. I think that really that would just eliminate a huge audience from the game. I don't know how many of my guys would be like, all right, I guess I'll watch more, I'll watch more Tekkit or something. I don't know. I guess I'll go, you know, the classy thing for me to do if I got banned, the classy thing for me to do would be to do a big video and say, all right, guys, look, there's no more Guild Wars. If all you cared about me for was Guild Wars, unsubscribe now and check out all these channels. Here's Tekkit's Workshop, here's MMO Inks, here's Bogotta, here's Peachy, here's, you know, blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I'd say, look, go watch all these people. This is what they're good for. Peace out. That's probably the classy thing to do. All right, so yeah, I don't think it matters what scale. Oh, no, we do have to turn the scale up a little bit. We have no AR, so we're going to die from this, but I don't really care. So we're going to coat ourselves in Mystic Ooze. Then we're going to come up here. You're here for my awesome voice, no homo. That's very flattering, but the numbers, you know, don't lie. People are here for Guild Wars. They're not interested in the other stuff, generally. If they were, you know, I think I would have been doing a lot more, a lot quicker. So there we go. And now we get absolutely owned. But we got that one at least. So that's good. So all the other stuff is Fractal stuff. Not really the point of the stream anyway. I'm happy with this. This is good. Okay, so... and maybe one day, since I did spend, you know, 100G or so... Maybe one day I'll finish this and go for the precursor. Maybe then just sell the pre, get my money back. All right, so I want to check it out on the Thief first. So let's see how good the Thief looks, shall we? They would never ban UWP. I don't believe that's true. I think I could get banned. Absolutely. I don't think they're above that. Like, and if I was going to get banned, you know, it would be at the hands of... Like, I could imagine getting banned at the hands of someone like Chris Cleary. I can imagine, you know, Chris basically comes to attention. Oh, WP's been... What could I do that would get me banned? I don't know. If I talk about stuff like that, it's probably advertising stuff like that, isn't it? Anyway, I do something that gets me banned. I can imagine that coming across his desk, and he would be pretty unscrupulous. He'd be like, yeah, fuck it, let's ban that guy. I don't know. There is that weird thing where high-end PvPers have done some shitty stuff in this game, and they haven't been banned because when they go away, it like kills the competitive scene or whatever. So I don't know. People are quite judgmental about that, but I don't know. I don't think I'm above the law. All right. So this is what we look like already. For what it's worth, I do have a poly, which I sometimes, when I first made this character, I would run it with this poly as well. I don't know what we think about this poly. What do we think about this, guys? A lot of people don't like it. I think it's okay. But yeah, by the way, the World vs. World back piece would work so well on this outfit, on this setup for this thief. It would work so well, don't you think? Instead of the lava backpack. But so, we got the poly, and then, so I'll unequip the poly. All right. Here's what we look like with the ooze. Oh my god, we go like jet black. What? Really? That's interesting. I mean, we don't really look shiny, do we? We go black. Huh. Well, it doesn't work with Chuka and Chumpwa or the backpack now. Oh, it looks cool when I'm unequipped, though. We look like all charred and stuff. Look, it took all the effects off of our gauntlets as well. Our molten gauntlets. I don't know whether I really like this, but it is different, isn't it? And if I put the poly on with this... Oh, we get a bit of the colour back if you put the poly back on. So this is like a lot of effect stack in here. We look charred as in pun, yeah, the wordplay. It depends on the light in the environment. Does it? So if I go to... what is it? Is it day or night right now? It's a night. That's pathetic. That I don't know whether it's day or night. It's pathetic. Should be ashamed of themselves. Who put their stamp of approval on that? Fucking hell. All right, let's go into, since it's night, maybe that's why we were glowing so darkly. So let's go into CM.
More people should learn to barter.
Oh, look. Oh, shit. This is weird. This is really weird. We're gold now. Goldy green, even. This is weird. This is an odd effect. Let's go in here. Because this is daytime. Glowing darkly, not like this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what... This is the character you're most proud of with regards to fashion wars? I don't know, maybe? We already look chromatic right now. So let's try this again. Holy wow. Oh, this is what that people look like when they like run those. And look at our tail as well. I like this right now. This looks interesting. We actually look like we're made of beryllium. We look just pure gold. If we take the poly off, we go silver. Look at that. You could go silver or gold. I am the silver gold warrior. Oh my god. All right, that's interesting. I want to know why it takes the fire off of my gauntlets but not off of my eyes. That's ridiculous. You think it depends on region, Ascalon, Kryter, etc. Really? So if we go to... yeah, let's go to an icy map, Frostgorge. You remember the legendary aura stacking bug with the dagger? That looked like a living sun. Yeah, that was a cool bug, wasn't it? Obviously needed to be nerfed. But that was a cool bug. That was a very interesting one. I love the icy maps in this game. They look great. I mean, there's some real clarity to this right now. Oh, and now we just look kind of vaguely greeny, goldy. I mean, it's a look. I just don't know whether it's a look I care about for the thief. I don't think it's better. I think it's just different. Do you know what I mean? I think I just like it because it's different right now, not necessarily that it looks good. And like, obviously, this combo doesn't work with the short bow or the backpack. You can see they just look like complete outliers now. And it takes away a lot of the effects and what was cool about the Hellfire stuff, I think. So, I'm not too sure about this. Interesting stuff, though. When am I getting Elder Scrolls out? At some point. I've got the finale of Tomb Raider should be today. Then I've got an extra video on Azuric. And then it's full guns forward on arena and stuff, and I'll get through the main story of all the games. Take off the poly out here. You want me to take off the poly? Okay. So now we're silver. So it's like gold with the poly, silver without the poly. This is the orange one, by the way. So I'm sure we can get a similar effect with other types of polys. I wonder what it looks like with a black poly, right? I wonder if the black one just makes us look like ridiculously like edgelordy dark evil. Okay, so that's that. I also wanted to see how it looks on legendary armor. So let's go on to our Mesmer here. No, I'm not doing a new playthrough of Azuric. It's just that I got a lot of cool information and things to share. Just basically, it's just a geeky, dumb video that no one's going to care about except me and a handful of other people. You guys know that was not a very well received game. It's not a game many people understand much about. But I love it. And there's just some cool stuff I want to talk about with it and show off. So I'm just going to do a fun little video between the two series, showing that the video's already made. It's just I'm not posting it until after Tomb Raider's done, so... Anyway, so I mean the main reason I want this is I want to use it in World vs. World. So let's just quickly go to the Alpine Borderlands. We'll see what it looks like here. The Lost Precipice makes the ooze really shine. Really? Really? Is it so map by map? Well, if you guys do love it, can I just make a quick request? When you watch that Azuric video in a couple of days, please, you know, give it the support that it deserves, because otherwise, you know, it makes them feel really hollow. A lot of people who say, "Oh yeah, I really love this, I really want to do this," or whatever, they don't really support the videos in the end. They'll just watch it and then that's it. They'll leave. And it kind of makes videos like that feel much worse to do, right? When you can pour your heart and enthusiasm out on something, and it does like a billion times worse than just regurgitating news from Guild Wars 2. There's something sad about that. So anyway, check this out, right? So he's just very bluey. I don't know about the dyes, all right? But this is what we look like with our ghostlies and stuff. And now we're going to go... And what I tend to do is wander around on the magic carpet as well. So we look like this. So now we're going to put the chrome on, the ooze on. Oh, it does work. It does have an effect. Does it disable all of our spikes and things? Oh, I actually quite like it. I actually quite like it. The back of the skirt or whatever looks quite cool there. Don't you guys think? I like it. Look, the shield looks better with the armor now because they're both like shiny in the same way. We look like well armored, you know? And also because I got quite a metallic back piece, which doesn't get the effect. The back piece still looks like it works quite well. I kind of like this. What do we think? I think I might run around with this. Is it worth every 5 minutes to pop? I don't know. This is the shield you get from the Gorseval encounter. I think that's all right. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I think that's pretty good. I need a better blue staff. Nevermore would work really well for this, but hey, so surely. So cool. The quest to become just a giant mess of effects continues. Can you stack the duration of the effect? Oh, good question. So double click a ton of times? No, you can't. It's 5 minute max. So that's pretty ugly. I think that's pretty rough. No, I like these weapons. The only one that I would maybe change is the staff. But this weapon set I really like. You get the blue on the elemental sword. I like the little bit of orange there on the effect. There's a lot of people like, no, it's not uniform enough. But I like the little bit of orange. And I get a lot of nostalgia from the elemental sword. And I think it's quite cool to wield. It was a weird thing to acquire and quite a rare item. So I like it. I think it looks really pretty. I like it a lot. So I think that this weapon set, the skins are fine. This one, maybe I'd change. You got this shield from the Nightmare Fractal. You did not get this shield from the Nightmare Fractal. Is there an XP farm after the stream? If we can get a party to do it, I'd like to. Otherwise, I'll just rely on dailies for spirit shards and stuff on the other account. Well, there you go, guys. That's the Ooze Cruise. That's today's stream. That's honestly it. There you go. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you tomorrow, same time. Every weekend, 5 PM GMT. We'll be playing for about 2 to 2.5 hours. maybe 3 on a long day. And yeah, we'll be back to the legendary hunt tomorrow, guys. And guess what? We might be making another 2 legendary weapons. Should be very exciting. And I hope to see you all there. Thanks, guys. It's been a great discussion. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Send me a message if I missed anything that you desperately wanted to have said. And I'll see you tomorrow. See you later, guys.